Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another week of Roll20 presenting Lost Mine of Phandelver. I'm kind of done with the bit now, so we're in session 3. No half. That's just
what?
Sorry, we're growing up over here. Wow.
Yeah, we've got to be very serious sometimes, because this is a very serious game where everyone has very serious characters. So, just going to stay very solemn and just very chill this entire session while I try and find my notes.
Oh, Dave. I didn't realize we were doing ASMR.
That's my normal voice.
I know.
I'll do ASMR.
Wow.
I growl into both sides of the mic.
That's a compliment, if anything, Dave. It's a compliment.
Oh, thank you.
What is happening? That's our stream today, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for Lost Mine of Phandelver. We will see you next week.
Yep.
Wow.
That's great. Perfect.
This is what you get for upgrading your mic game and having a buttery voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We add new tags to the stream.
Okay, let me go fix it.
Jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, fine. I'm more interested, however, than in my own voice in what everybody's been up to this week. Let's find out what Elf has been up to.
What I've been up to?
Yeah,
I had the probably the caffeine headache of the ages. I didn't think it was a caffeine headache, but it definitely probably maybe is. It's that or I'm dying, so it's one or the other.
I kind of hope it's that.
What, that I'm dying?
No, that it's a caffeine headache.
I
the
see.
Raven Queen with you.
I see. But yeah, so like Friday was like I can't even move. My head hurts so much. And then Saturday and Sunday were like background headaches. So that plus there is a bunch of magpies living in my backyard, and I couldn't be happier about it. I fed them some cat food yesterday, and they ate it up. So I'm hoping that gets them. I'm hoping that gets them to like want to be there more. They are wonderful house guests in my backyard, so that's good.
It's very cute.
Mm.
Very, very cute. Love nature.
Call you the Magpie Queen.
We have badgers around here, and they try and fight with my cat. So,
Oh no,
Badgers don't give a fuck. Badgers do what they
are
want.
horrible. Yeah.
Okay, so
I've never seen a badger before.
This is one of the things that like British badgers are very cute looking, but
they're still assholes.
But they're still assholes. But it's also like possums, like American possums versus Australian possums too. Like if you look up the difference, is possums and opossums, and one is very cute and fuzzy, and the other one looks like it will murder you.
Which one do Americans have?
We have the murder ones.
Okay, cool. I was like, hopefully ours aren't the cute ones because I don't think they're very cute.
I think it's like similar with badgers.
Well, apart from nature. Bria, what have you been up to? Actually, this is going to be a long list because I see your tweets about what you've been up to in a week, and I get exhausted just like reading it. So,
If you get exhausted reading Bria's tweets,
yeah.
I don't know.
I think I had 7 streams over the weekend, so you know. Like a chill day. And podcast. That makes it 8. So it's fine. We're fine. This is fine.
Wow.
I love my life. Also, it was my husband's birthday yesterday. So it was a bunch of like streaming a lot over the weekend and then like baking a cake badly and like getting barbecue stuff together and like making ice cream and sorbets and stuff. So I was covered in a thin layer of sugar and like performance sweat like all weekend.
It's a new ode to performance.
The sugar, and then it just kind of
Great.
changed.
Yeah, good.
happy birthday to your husband, though.
Yeah.
He's old like me now.
Push. I know what that's like.
Jeez.
Hang on. I keep closing tabs, so I keep losing track of where everybody is in this list that I made.
It's okay.
Let's hear about Aki. What have you been up to?
Oh gosh, I think I was almost as busy as Abria was. Was I more busy? Yeah, I produced a 6-hour fundraiser yesterday. We were supposed to only raise we had only set a goal of 5K, and we raised 15K. And then I played in a game with Abria right after that. And then I played in another game for a home game right after that. I was awake at 7 a.m. and was basically doing something stream related or game related until midnight. And that was just yesterday. And then I have 2 games today. So it's and then I start a new job on Wednesday.
No, thank you. You win. I will give you this terrible, this demon crown is yours now.
The power. If only I could get all of my phylacteries together. I would truly be magnificent. But yeah, I have to say that I am so glad to be here with all of you on this fine Monday/Tuesday, about to be. And you're all lovely, and I'm excited to play games.
Thank you. Likewise, I'm very excited too, especially since we got some cool stuff like leveling up coming up.
I got so excited when I remembered.
Lauren,
Yes,
what have you been doing? Lauren?
What have I been doing? I've been prepping for Gen Con Online. I feel like that's most of what my week is when I'm not like actively on a stream. I did get to... Was that this week? Was the new Magic cards out this week? Time has no meaning anymore.
I actually played some paper Magic yesterday. My roommate was doing some, so
got really excited because they put a lot of dogs into the new set that they released. So I made a dog deck, which this is for the Magic people in chat. They put them in red and in white, which is the Boros color, so I made a Borkos deck.
Borkos, yeah.
So that was the highlight of my week.
You lean in.
Yeah.
You lean in?
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Been sewing. That's about it. Mostly,
I have one thing to add
fun.
to my list of things, if I may.
How dare you interrupt my valuable time?
My suffering. I have some spicy Last of Us 2 opinions.
I have seen your spicy Last of Us 2 opinions.
I'm not going to spoil or anything because that would be really mean. But the game and the story of the game are like this. Like, the gameplay is over here and the story is over here, and neither must ever meet, because if they do, the narrative dissonance is like an explosion of terrible. So you got to keep them separate.
Interesting.
Which is like why it's like a 6 out of 10 game.
Okay.
6 out of 10. Perfect score.
Thank you for bringing up ludonarrative dissonance. Like, I do feel smart.
When the game has to make me feel bad in a cinematic about killing a guy, but I killed 300 guys to get there, fuck that.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's always
fair.
like one of those things where I'm like, you do realize there's like a trail of dead bodies between here and the beginning of this zone.
Oh no, I beat that guy to death with a pipe in the cinematic, but I've killed like 50 people down the hall. Like,
why are we using a Phoenix down on Earth? Like we have 20.
My inventory's so full of Phoenix Down.
Anyway, I could rant about that for a while. I don't want to, but I wanted to make that was important, to my my weekend. So
it's very fair.
There you go.
It's very fair.
I understand. I got addicted to RuneScape again.
Nice. Is that what you were up to this week, Dave?
RuneScape. What's that?
Is that what you were up to this week?
Yeah, just like the whole week. I played like 8 hours a day for the last week. It's great. I found actually helps me with anxiety, so I'm just playing it the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm just like fishing, I'm hitting rocks, cutting trees down. Oh, it's great. It's so chill. So chill. That's all I've been doing.
Stardew Valley is one of those games that, like, I wish I could play, but I am really bad with those kinds of games that, like, require you to, like, keep a bunch of, like, in real life, excellent at that kind of work. I don't want to do it in a game.
That's why when Lauren and me and Dave play Stardew, I just go into the dungeon part.
This is my favorite. We've got Dave is like trying to herd cats, and Alpha's like, I found the dungeon, and I'm like, I have organized the plot of land.
Cut down every tree.
Cut down every tree and replanted them in rows.
You guys are like a perfect commune of
really
friends, and it's beautiful and makes me so happy.
Dave's like, no, we needed that tree. I'm like, too late. It's been organized now.
There for the dating sim portion.
Yeah, right? We need someone to do that.
Oh, that's totally
how
a
salty
Bria's
Elf was
bag.
about Egg Day.
Oh, I got to play Visigoths
Oh,
versus
one
Smallgoths, and it's half a dating sim, and I'm like, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm not goal-oriented. And just run off hitting on everyone.
The like
I would
special
probably-
events that make you do like a day of like stuff that isn't going into the dungeon were the most frustrating part of that game to me ever. It was like the town's getting together to do an egg hunt or whatever. I'm like, I'm going to the dungeon. Oh, I can't. Damn it.
I would be the one sitting in the hot spring the whole time. Like, every Stardew Valley game for me would be a hot springs episode. Like, y'all can be over there doing what you're doing. I'm gonna chill over here.
Love
The
Hot
only
Springs
problem I
episode.
have with the hot spring in Stardew Valley is that they're gendered. Dear Stardew Valley, you can make mods for pretty much everything. Fix your hot springs.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting off to a great
Great.
start here.
Should we level up our characters?
Doing good. Being angry at several games in our introductions. Perfect.
Or
Yeah.
Help,
That's
I need more
probably-
hit points so I don't die all
weren't
the time.
we also interrogating a goblin?
We
Yeah.
were.
That's what I was going to ask. We could do that first, or we could do the leveling up first, because
I feel like
there's
that
nothing
makes more
left in the
sense.
future.
The goblin. Wait, no. If the goblin thing turns into a fight, I want to be level 2. So.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to
Like-
die if the goblin looks at me.
It'll be fun.
We need to make our bard a little less squishy. Let's go do the thing.
That's
You can
less
level
about
up first,
mechanics
absolutely.
and more about the bard's choices.
Yeah, all right.
It's true.
Leveling first then.
Our
Have you
poor
considered College of Swords?
I have and I shall not.
Don't get a
All the
college.
eloquence!
So how exactly is it that we level up in Roll20, Dave?
Oh, I'm glad that you asked, and also that this is the purpose of the stream generally.
Education? You don't say.
Huzzah!
I also have a pre-scripted line.
They're currently
really.
looking at my screen now.
Okay, so you got Lauren, so that will help, because in the same way that we used Character Monster for creating that character, you can use it for leveling up as well, which is, probably the easiest way, because it puts all the cards on the table, lets you know what kinds of things that you have choices in, and then lets you make those choices. However, if you don't feel like that, you want to do something manually or custom, you can always use that. It's a toggleable option. So I can't see which parts you are showing off.
I just
Sorry.
opened Charactermancer. It's the first page.
Yeah. Do you get anything at second level as a ranger?
I get
You get
spells,
spells.
which is very exciting because it means we can have 2 healing spells.
Absolutely could.
We love it.
Or just a
Technically
lot of
3,
good
we have our
days.
cleric.
That's true.
Yeeted a healing word willy-nilly every now and then. I feel like I'm helping.
You totally have helped. Yeah. And maybe she'll stay around if you want to keep giving her money.
So, really
I haven't
important
leveled her up.
question.
I could.
Are we rolling for hit points?
I definitely did not. I took the average.
That's probably smart.
Because I have a +2 con mod, so 5 is like 7, so it's pretty good.
It's true. I should probably just take the average, but
There's
You
always
wants
that
to roll.
there's always
Needs
that
to.
hope that you'll roll just the slightest bit higher,
right?
but at the same time,
I
it's
feel like-
also
But the
a
percent
risk.
chances,
You
that,
will
like
roll
the
lower.
pure impassionate dice rolling is that you will get equal to the base or lower,
Yeah.
like 60% of the time. Like
That's
maybe it's a
fair.
little higher, maybe it's a little lower, but it's like more than 50% of the time you will not roll higher.
I'll take the average.
At rounding up.
No, I think it's also because like if you average it out across all of your levels, ultimately it will be the equivalent of having taken the
Yeah.
average.
Yeah.
I think I'm going
like
to
a
take
fighting
the
style.
average as well.
Ooh.
If you
So
roll
it's
it and
good.
you roll 1, you'll be the saddest person.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
true. But you can
Level
also
twos.
roll something great and be so happy.
But only marginally more happy than the average would give you, whereas you will be incredibly more sad.
Roll a
can-
7.
Hey! Nice.
Yes! I have 19 hit points now.
Well done.
Woo!
Ah,
I'm a god.
Sometimes you just have to go against all rationale and roll the
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah, no,
I
very,
get it.
very
I get
fair.
it.
That
I-
said, I still have 6 more hit points than you.
I mean, that's fair. That
'Cause
makes
I'm a
perfect
barbarian.
sense.
Because I'm a barbarian
Yeah.
and I'm basically a meat tank.
So I think I'm gonna lean into the archery because we've got 2 melee fighters. So I'm gonna take archery as
That
my
makes sense.
fighting style, which seems to make the most sense.
Yeah.
Yes, I
hell
am a
yeah,
melee
do
fighter.
it.
Thank you for acknowledging this.
Yes, that was definitely about you. Ooh, I get danger sense
Ooh.
at second level as well as reckless attack.
I
Okay, I
finally
get
get
two
access.
spells.
Don't care about getting hit.
I finally
Hello,
get
Song
access
of
to my
Rest.
key abilities.
Ooh, there you
More
go.
punching.
I can punch more, or dodge better, or disengage better.
Okay, so
Christ.
here's the thing. What
Yeah.
I know is a good spell for rangers is a hunter's mark, which is you mark something, you deal extra damage to it. But I also see speak with animals and animal friendship on the list.
You already speak with small animals.
Okay, but I can speak with all animals.
Thank you. That.
And she's building a particular kind of ranger mom. You've gotta let your children like
Look, if somebody doesn't rein it in, nobody's
It
gonna.
won't be me.
Yeah.
And it's,
Live your
Rather
dreams,
than-
baby.
it's like that's my. I'm the edgy downer. That's my job.
Ooh.
Rather than reining it in, though, not because I don't want you to choose, but there aren't very many animals in this adventure.
That's very fair. I want to double check
Like
something.
with the dragon
actually.
thing, there's one dragon. I don't want to make you pick the wrong thing.
I don't know if I ever decided that dragon was actually my favorite enemy, but I think I'll
You
stick
have a
with it.
favorite enemy?
I should.
oh shit, because I went for the average and I have a constitution of plus
Goblins.
3, I actually got 10 more hit points.
Oh heck
this-
yeah.
That's lovely.
Okay.
Goblins are the best favorite enemy for low level anything.
I'm just checking something. I think spellcasting. Here's my spells list. You can have as your ranger spells to cast these spells. Okay. All right, so I
Everyone
do
else
not
will.
prepare spells as a ranger. So
you
the
don't?
ones that I
Yeah.
pick now, I'm commit to.
No.
Okay. I just want to double
Everyone's
check because I
yes.
never remember which classes remember.
I believe clerics can change theirs out.
Clerics-
but bards and rangers specifically.
Paladins can too.
Yeah, and so can druids. But bards and rangers, because they are not pure casters in
Yeah.
the sense that a cleric or a druid might be.
Yeah.
Learn their
interesting.
spells. Well, they learn the spells basically the way wizards do.
Yeah.
Except
It's
they get
interesting
all
how,
the
like,
level. They don't need a spell.
paladins. I guess it's also probably to build some distinction between paladins and rangers, because
I always thought it was
can,
really.
like, prepare spell slots, whereas rangers like learn one.
I always thought it was really interesting that like bards and rangers pull from the wizards, like compendium essentially of
Yeah.
spells. When wizards have to like read books to learn and can like, whereas sorcery is like innate magic, and I was just like, seems to me like it's always very interesting. D&D makes interesting choices with that kind of stuff. I'm always like really curious as to like what the thought process was on that sort of thing. Like,
Yeah, balancing
tell me
those.
your secrets.
I do like that you can every time you learn new spells replace one of your old ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
you can be
awesome.
like, this one's not working for me. I'll just add a different one.
Or like, you're going into different parts. So
Mind
I feel
Spike's
like
a concentration spell.
Yeah,
so it's
Mind
never-
Spike is a concentration spell.
I feel like Cure Wounds is probably just like a solid one, given I don't think we're gonna have this cleric with us all of the time.
I mean, we gotta ditch the cleric as soon as possible.
Well,
we want
'cause then
full
we have to keep
shares
giving
of
her
all of our
money. That could be our money.
She loves money.
And she loves money.
Apparently.
She
She's
does
a
love
cleric of
money.
Boheme. She loves money.
Yeah.
She's basically a banker that can heal you.
She was doing a good job. I thought she did a good job.
She was an
her.
Definitely
excellent
worth 10
cleric.
gold.
Did a good job. Yeah, worth 10 gold. Yeah. Level 1, I would heartily recommend hiring a cleric.
Yeah. Solid choice, really.
I feel
We're
like
hiring a
maybe get
cleric,
Cure
a
Wounds
cleric,
next
a
level
cleric.
when we feel cute enough to not necessarily need a cleric anymore.
No.
But I
We're
feel
hiring
comfortable
a
like
cleric so that we
Well,
don't-
I was thinking
outsourcing our heals for a little bit longer.
I'm gonna take Hunter's Mark for sure, just because it's a really good one.
It's a really good
Hunter's Mark
spell.
is really solid. Yeah.
Who's
Like,
Mark and Hex?
I am always excited for like home run low level spells like Fairy Fire and Hunter's Mark.
Fairy Fire is really solid, especially
I am
if you
staring
think,
at Fairy Fire right now.
Like Fairy Fire is really good. Like Fairy Fire,
because even it's great if
Fire.
anything's invisible, and it's good if they're not, because I think it still gives you advantage on attacks. Dave is making a face that clearly they have an opinion about Fairy Fire.
It's a save on each creature, which I'm always a little bit wary of as
That's
a thing.
true, and that's fair.
Because the more opportunities to fail a spell has, the less I like it.
That's true.
Generally.
Yeah, that's
Super
that's
true.
fair.
That's why Phantasmal Killer's the worst.
Yes.
Okay, what about this one? Fog Cloud, just fog.
I also swear by Guiding Bolt. Guiding Bolt is also a good.
I mean,
solid-
magic missile's just like classically great.
I mean, it's classically great
You get
because
magic
it does truly does damage. Like you can't miss.
You can't miss it. I was
Unless
also
you
thinking,
shoot.
so chat suggesting too, and I was thinking Goodberry as an alternative to Cure Wounds, so I can at least just like pick us up 10 times.
And I like
like
Goodberry as for especially as a flavor for that matches Tink really well. Like I feel like I think it matches her whole vibe. Like
Her hat, pulling a Goodberry out of the hat.
or maybe she just has like a clump of good berries, like a holly
Aw.
twig on her.
Oh, that's
on her
really
hat that she
cute.
just-
It kind of is cute.
All right. Well, I'll try that for now, and if we find it's not useful, I can trade that one out. I think Hunter's Mark is one I'll probably keep for a while.
The most important difference in HP is between 0 and 1.
Goodberry is
and that's
the
what
mom
Goodberry
pack the
does.
snack spell. That is very cute.
It's true.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I gained archery, spell slots, and spell casting. I will apply these changes.
All right,
Perfect.
guys, do I
have
take
22
Featherfall or Charm Person?
Ooh.
I believe that you as a cat
Are
don't
those
you
the
already-
only two choices?
No, there's a lot of other probably better choices.
Uh-huh.
I feel like as a cat you are
You already have Featherfall. Yeah, totally. Can you do that thing where you twist both halves of your body independently?
Yes. But I want to be able to grant that horrifying ability to all of my friends too.
I mean, I think Featherfall is more useful than Charm Person, but that's because Charm Person has always had that distinct, like failure of usage where it's only really good out of combat, but you have to cast a spell at them, so it like starts combats, so it's not.
That is
really
very
useful
true.
at all.
You have to just whisper it from around
Like,
the corner.
like you can't. Well, no, because thematic components must be they're speaking voice loudness,
Yeah.
right? Like you can't secret a Charm Person behind like your hand.
That's why silent spells are meta magic. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's the problem with Charm Person. It
Trying to think
starts
of some of
fights
the
when
other-
you don't
Also,
want fights.
Enchantment spells are super gross.
Yeah,
Generally,
there's
if you think about it,
Taking
a
away
little
the
bit of that,
agency
too.
of a person. Yeah,
everyone's like necromancy. Yeah, you know, that's fine.
I'd rather be
It's
disintegrated.
enchantment.
I'd rather be
That's what-
disintegrated than dominated.
Hunter's Mark is nice. I don't have to.
Someone take
Oh.
that clip.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It's there.
Give it to us.
I am gonna.
Yeah, control spells always kind of run that line of
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also,
Right.
if
Like-
also
do I feel?
the benefit of necromancy over enchantment is that you might be a cool zombie one day instead of you might have your mind controlled. So I mean, either way, like you know.
Yep.
You know what? I'm
You get
down for
blood
the.
skeleton.
I'm down to be a cool zombie one day. I think that like half of us are halfway there already.
I mean, that's my hope for my future career.
Like zombie, you
shambling
want like a
zombie
future
creature.
cryptid.
Yeah.
Like I feel like cryptid is a decent future to
decent future career.
I'm imagining, I've forgotten the name of the anime, but the one where they're all zombie idols. I'm imagining that except Twitch streamers, and I love it. I just love the idea. I think it'd be very fun.
That would be pretty great.
How are we
It's
all
like
doing?
All right.
Yeah,
I think I'm good.
How are we set? I'm set.
I'm good. I picked up Dissonant Whispers.
Yes.
That's good.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Dissonant Whispers is strong.
Dissonant
Oh my God.
Whispers is like just the right level of fucked up. I love it.
Mhm.
I love it.
I think I am building Witka as like a shit talking bard.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So yeah, I think she's just gonna throw shade for psychic damage. Is her whole bag.
The real trick is coming up with the shade to throw. That was my problem with my previous bard, which was like, you're all wearing the same uniform and it sucks.
No,
Again.
that can also be hurtful.
It's true.
You know?
They're like, no, my individualism.
Where are all of you bald white guys? I don't.
Okay. I'm just noting in my now +2. I'm so good at shooting things. I'm gonna TPK. I'm gonna TPK so many goblins.
So good. The arrow just banks around and hits all of us too.
Dissonant Whisper. You left the stove on.
No.
Oh, that is truly monstrous.
Oh my gosh. Just
right.
internal
Oh.
anxiety dissonant whisper.
Pink
That's
is gonna
very
TPK us, apparently, so that's good.
I like it. I like it. All right. I have completed Tink Fizzlepop.
Ready.
Perfect. Anybody still working on bits and bobs?
Good to go here.
All right, great. So it will be fine to be level 2 now. There wasn't a plan, like I say, to do any more combat before significant amount of things happen. But yeah, you were in the middle of, or the beginning of, an interrogation of some goblins. I wrote a recap just because last week I forgot what happened. So this week I decided to write something so I didn't forget. So here we go. Well, it's like a box text to start the adventure because I thought it might be fun. So, our intrepid adventurers regrouped, resupplied, recruited, then returned to the area of their previous defeat, Cragmore Cave. With purpose and deadly precision, they systematically defeated the lookouts and disparate groups of goblins under the cover of a goblin rave. In doing so, they rescued Gundren's traveling companion and bodyguard Sildar Warwinter and his lovely heart-printed underwear. Whitker's disdain for the goblin music reached a boiling point, where they brutally murdered most of the remaining goblins and their leader/DJ, Clog the Bugbear. We return, with the party beginning their questioning of the goblins that they spared for now.
Clark was the DJ? I feel bad.
I don't.
Please just stop the music.
Exactly. Let's move everyone back over to the height. Oh wait, it was just my screen that wasn't on the thing.
I was like, I can already see them.
Yeah. So you managed to sleep 3 goblins. So hopefully they got some good info for you.
Yeah, we're just about to try and wake one of them up, I think.
Yeah, I seem to remember the question asked was, where's the dwarf?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Because asking where's Gundren would be unhelpful because they don't know his name for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So the goblins kind of being roused and oh, cave isn't the big place that we go. They took him to the other place, the castle. And then the other one kind of speaks up. I thought we talked about this. Since there's no throne room, it's still technically a fortress. The third one chimes in. But it has a king now. So that means wherever he is the throne room. And they start bickering amongst themselves about what the definition of a castle is.
I feel like this is completely unnecessary.
Witka is part of the argument. Like, I mean, is it throne as in there has to be a physical throne, or just representative of like the seat of power? 'Cause
Right.
then, yeah, it would be.
But is a castle defined by the presence of a throne room? Because isn't it still a castle when the king's in a different castle?
I think we're all missing the point here. and
What's the
that's
difference between
dwarf
castle
is
and
in
palace?
The location that
Also,
they
I
are.
don't remember there being a castle around here. I feel like I would remember growing up near a castle.
Yeah, it's because it's hidden in the forest. I mean, no,
What?
there's no castle around here.
Hey, where's the castle?
No, it was theoretical discussion. It was semantics.
No, you said the dwarf was taken to the cat. Where is it?
Wait, is the dwarf in another castle?
Pasha just pulls their warhammer out and just sort of,
Whoa. It's not what you did to everyone else. It's just instinct. We just lie. It just happens. Yeah. Do you have a map? I know roughly where it is.
Can I do an insight check to see if if they're just trying to get us off of their
Ooh.
backs?
Good question. Please do.
I mean, we'll see how it goes.
that,
No.
that
I don't think
You
I
get
do
those
have
rolls
a
out of the
map.
way early.
Wait, did it roll?
yeah.
To see.
Oh.
It's a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a roll.
No, they seem pretty genuine about it. There is the threat of violence against their lives, which, tends to make people talk.
Do we have a map? Does anybody have a map? Do you have a map, Tink, or could you draw?
I
you
could
draw
totally
it?
draw a map. Tink, looking at my character sheet and considering aspects of my character, I am an outlander, and I have to open it because it got too small. Yeah, I think with my background.
Didn't that dwarf have a map? Shut up about that map. No, that's at the
With my
castle as well.
background.
I think Pasha's going to start looking around. There's lots of loot in this room, if I remember correctly. I want to
That's
check
right.
Yeah,
through
so
some
my
of the stuff and see what's here and see if I can find the map that they're talking about.
background as an outlander, I have an excellent memory for maps and geography, and I can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, or other features around me.
Nice.
Okay.
So Tink's like, I have a map. It's in my head, but I have it.
In which case, the
Is that how
goblin
maps
would
work?
give
That's how
you,
they work now.
rough directions based on landmarks. It's approximately 2 miles to the northeast or something, northwest. I don't remember.
It's a long walk for
But
little
they give you pretty decent directions to where this potential castle is. As for looking around the room, as we mentioned before, and as you can see on the map itself, this seems to be where they've kept most of the loot from their raid in. You notice a large collection of the boxes have a symbol that is recognizable to those of you who've spent time around the Sword Coast, actually. I was going to say specifically in Phandelver. They have an outpost, but it is a larger mercantile group. The lion shields, which is like a big blue lion on a kite shield. Yes, and you know that there is one in town, which was the alternative place that you could have potentially gone to get some gear. But you have to know a little bit better. So it would stand to reason that if you could return those, there might be some extra reward in it for you.
Pasha will take this stuff and put it in our cart. We will take
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah, I remember you said you were taking the cart back. So, yep, you can take a little bit of time doing that. We won't worry about how long that takes.
Yeah, I think that Pasha, as they're just continuing to question the goblins, has started slowly moving stuff out.
Moving things, yeah.
Yeah, moving stuff out of the thing. And they have long arms, so they can carry lots and lots of stuff all at once. And by the way, somebody posted some really, really lovely fan art of Pasha and Tink doing the bowl challenge. And it was so cute. Really, thank you so much.
Great.
Just lovely. Just lovely. But they're carrying a bunch of the gear like in their long arms, and like tossing it in the cart.
Yeah, so there's that kind of stuff, which is probably what you find first. But there is legitimate treasure as well, so we can award some of that from various pockets and bags and doodads around the room. So
I'll let you handle that however you like.
Okay. Does one person want to write down the treasure for the whole group, or do you want to split it immediately?
Lauren raised their hand like,
I will take notes, and then we can decide how we want to divvy it up later and put it.
Yes, I don't have to do it.
Yay, same.
Yeah. Okay, so
this is how excited Pasha is for loot. They're
I always will be that kid in the group project.
Yeah, writing everything down for everyone. I'm very glad that you will do that, because if there's not someone in that group, then treasure goes missing very often.
Whereas I'm the person in the group that does this with their token. That's what I do. Because I'm 5, so sorry. Nice. I just love that that's something you can do with Roll20, is like mess around with your little token like that. I love that. It's fun.
Let's turn mine upside down and see when someone notices. That's cool. Yeah. So copper first. You find a total of 600 copper pieces.
Nice.
110 silver pieces.
Ooh.
Some healing potions. 2 of those would have been useful last session, but they'll be good for now as well.
Given how I roll, they'll find their use every session.
Yeah, it's always good to have some around for sure. And perhaps most interestingly, a small cube with a bunch of buttons on different sides.
Ooh.
And you recognize it to be the thing that was set up on the little podium that Clark was DJing from before it broke out into a fight. He died, unfortunately, and everything like that.
You keep using the phrase DJing.
Yeah, he was doing his best.
So generous.
Look, if all you have is a box that emits a slight ticking sound with a rhythm, that's what you go with. You go with percussion.
You know what? Wicca has moved on from the castle technicality conversation to and let's talk about music, because it comes from within and is now pulling out their terrible instruments and showing them how to get a good tone.
Yeah, so this box kind of does a few different little things. It's clearly magical in some way, but not in a hugely significant way. It's more like a toy than anything else. But what it will do for you, if you would like.
Here's the thing. Tink is probably impulsive enough to just push the buttons without really thinking about it. So what did she discover?
Yeah, Ooh. She would discover one of them works like a metronome.
Oh, okay.
One of them does the same thing that thaumaturgy does by kind of working like a microphone and
hello
amplify you. Yeah, it's horribly loud because you're probably holding it right to your mouth as you push it.
Yeah.
And you can also use it as a very bright light which changes color in a little cone.
Did you just make us a custom rave cube, or is this in the module?
No, I made it.
Party box!
It's a party box!
It would be worth a bunch of money as well, if you don't want to have the little toy.
Are you kidding me? I will kill this entire party to keep this party box
harsh.
With us. Just to keep it with us. We can't sell it.
Yeah. So I thought I'd just pop that in rather than some gold, in case you'd rather have an interesting thing than a money thing. Yeah,
board
and
with our
that
party
looks
box.
like that's basically it in terms of loot from this area. You get the distinct impression that most of the good stuff was probably taken to the castle. So that will be, yes, in parentheses,
Castle.
We'll see. We'll see when you get there.
I
Maybe
can't wait.
having a look at it will elucidate and help you form an opinion.
So, do the goblins in any way actually explain to us where to go to get to?
Yeah,
this
they
castle?
gave Tink directions.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we got that part out of the way. When, like, if we leave and then it's like, well, where are you going?
Yeah, so you do get kind of rough directions. It might be kind of in the area, because what you find out is it is in the Neverwinter Wood, which is quite a dense and heavily wooded area, being a wood. God, so redundant sometimes.
Oh.
And it hasn't been used in quite a long time either, so nature has kind of partly reclaimed it. But you will be able to find it with a little bit of legwork and searching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So what's the plan, the fate of the goblins now? They've given what they know, unless you have other questions for them.
Here's my plan. We leave them tied up. Goblins have very sharp teeth, so eventually they'll get free of the bonds of each of the goblins if we leave them here. We leave them tied up, and then we go and find this castle. We don't need to kill them. There's really no reason to get rid of them. They'll be behind us by a long margin trying to get free. So.
Yeah,
I'm
one
fine.
of them kind of pipes up. He's like, "Are you just going to kill our friends and leave us to suffer?"
Do you want
The other one's
us
like,
to kill you
"Want
too?
to die?"
Yeah, Karasi leans over him like, do you...
Like, all I'm saying is, you think you're doing us a mercy, but you know.
Like, I understand that here, and like Tink will leave like 10 copper pieces, be like, get some therapy. Deal with your trauma.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh.
Do goblins have like a centralized like mental health care or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about the place. It's in. We share it with the kobolds. It's down in the sewers in Baldur's Gate.
Oh.
Okay.
There's a place.
Hmm.
Don't worry, we'll be fine.
It's across the sewer pipes from Gobfit, you know? Like,
Yes,
That's
that'll be
good.
fine.
I'm glad you guys have a system that works for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Invest in some good mental health care. It's really valuable and important long term. Yeah, I don't. Oh, can you tell us like how many goblins and stuff will be at this castle?
None of us have actually ever been there.
Oh,
We were put on cave duty.
seems like you have a very stringent system that doesn't seem particularly rewarding.
Do you want to overthrow your government with us?
You should unionize.
I mean, we did have one, and then the bugbears showed up, and then the bugbears got put in charge after they got rid of, our representatives, and since then it's been kind of difficult. They're much healthier than we are. Even the healthiest of us just couldn't stand a chance against a bugbear. And it seems
All
like
the bugbears like
they're working for someone as well.
Oh,
So,
this is really layered.
Yeah.
it's very complicated.
Karasi has stopped listening about 5 minutes ago and is already leaving.
Fair.
But again, do you have an idea of numbers? It really seems like you have a lot to unpack, and then like leaves more copper. You might need more therapy.
Probably a lot.
Okay, super
It's
helpful.
bigger than
Thanks.
here. You can fit more.
Okay. Do you have like a maximum capacity of goblins per squares?
Yeah, we hit it here. They let us keep that regulation, so it's 20 goblins in a cave of this particular size. You'll
Okay.
find if you count all of the
Dead bodies.
murdered bodies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't have to keep dwelling on that.
I feel like I'm well within my rights to keep dwelling on that, honestly.
No, I think that's like more of an internal moment because you're still with people who aren't super locked into their choice about mercy.
I'm
so-
sorry.
Well,
It's my torment upsetting you?
oh no, I'm not upset.
I think Pasha is starting to follow after.
Gross.
Well, this
Okay.
is the thing. Ever since they heard that, like, you know, bugbears are a part of all of this, they've
Yeah.
just kind of bummed out. So they just kind of go.
Hmm.
They follow Karasu, and they're just like, man,
Must be quite a complicated set of feelings, because you said Pasha hasn't met any bugbears before.
no,
And to
not
find out
really.
they're bad.
That these bugbears at least aren't great. That's a
Mm-mm.
bummer.
You know what? I think we should find some great bugbears and maybe help them out.
Yeah, maybe there'll be some nice ones in the castle.
Maybe
Well,
they're also under pressure to do something that they
Yeah.
don't want to do. I don't
Probably are if there's a monarchy.
Under bugbears.
know. At that point, Tink's like, cool, really helpful. Anyway, bye.
Oh, okay.
And I leave 50 copper with them for therapy.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine. So, managed to pack up all the bits and bobs for Lion Shield into the cart and take it back to town. Where, on the way, you do notice that Sildar has been waiting by the cart for you, hoping that you might give him a lift because he doesn't have any clothes. He doesn't want one.
Oh yeah, we're definitely taking him back home.
Hey, rude naked man. Where did you come from? Guys, I just saw this guy walking through the cave. Is he with us?
He's with us. We
Oh,
saved him. He
yeah.
was our boss's guard, and we found
Oh,
him.
you did a bad job.
Associate.
Remember that part where you were killing all the goblins where we couldn't see? That's
Yeah,
when we
I-
found him.
Okay, that's why I was like that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We're all working for the same person, the Rock Seekers.
We found out where he is.
Oh yeah?
Hmm.
Is it the castle?
Yes.
Do you know about the castle?
Okay. Well, they kept talking about it. They kept
Oh,
debating
okay.
whether or not it was a castle, so I couldn't help that.
Oh, yeah, they did that in front of us too. It seems pedantic to me. Anyways,
Yeah.
Karasu has probably been sitting in the cart waiting for us to go for the last 10 minutes, so we should probably.
Okay, I just meditate and leave my body. It's fine.
I just discorporate into the
God, I
like.
wish I could do that sometimes.
That seems healthy.
I just disassociate until you're done talking about stuff. The next story beat happens.
I feel like Tink got like really close to Karasu and then like startles back as soon as they wake up. Just like,
So, are we ready to go?
Yes, we're ready. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
you know, it
let's
won't
go.
take you long with that. And there probably won't be any more dangers on the road, having dealt with a significant number of them.
So are we taking
I think we're going
what's
back
his
to-
butt
to
back
Phandelver.
to yeah,
Phandelver.
Phandelver.
Yeah, he'd very
Yeah,
much
I
appreciate it.
We also have to put these goods back where they came from, or so help us.
That's right.
That's true. Yeah.
Plus, I think we'll get lots of really good money for this.
that'd be really
Those-
helpful. Maybe we can buy
Some
more
of these
elbows.
things look like they probably got taken a while ago. People probably want them back.
So
Yeah.
it makes sense. So as I say,
Pasha also turns to, her name was Marina?
Maylene.
Maylene.
Maylene,
Turns to Maylene and said, "You did a really good job today."
thank you. I'm glad. Hopefully it will be enough for a bonus.
Hopefully.
Okay, it's going to be... Alright, fine. Negotiate beforehand.
Clergy of Joaquin never give anybody bonuses. I don't hardly think you'll be getting one from us.
That's not to say we didn't appreciate
Did
everything.
fall
you
unconscious a
did.
couple of times. I mean,
Well, we're not going to give you a bonus for doing your literal job. Above and beyond.
All right. Okay.
What?
This is Lauren laughing.
Am I
not
wrong?
I
me.
get it.
I
It's
love
not
it.
awkward. We'll just sit in this car in silence until we get back and paid. No, she seems fine with it.
That's a good question.
A
Did we
bonus
find the
structure-
guards' gear? I think we found some of it.
No.
No.
It looked like
They
they
ate it.
again, most of the good stuff, including the
Was-
stuff
yeah.
that he had as a fairly proficient.
I was also just
professional
wondering,
is
like, did we find a goblin like wearing it? Just like didn't fit that.
I just want one
But
goblin in like big a
That'll
pan.
be in the
bugbears would
castle.
have taken it. Yeah, all the good stuff's in the castle, like they say.
That's where the good
Well,
stuff always
at
is.
least we have a general idea of where the castle is, and I guess how many goblins will be in the castle. And apparently, there will be bugbears too.
Yeah, that seems unfortunate. Maybe the bugbears are like doing this because there's something else going on. It sounds like there's a lot of layers involved, so maybe we should try talking to them again. If they don't try and
Maybe.
kill us first.
I mean,
I
Tasha,
wonder
you
if
know
I'm.
that. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
I just want you to know that even if there are some jerk bugbears, that doesn't mean all bugbears are bad, and it doesn't mean that you're bad. And you don't
Well-
have to take the actions of other people in your community as like a reflection on you.
Well, I know I'm not a bad bugbear, but I'm worried that if I had grown up in the same situation, that I might be. And I don't like that idea.
That's fair.
I have
Yeah.
a solution to that particular issue and the
Mhm.
moralizing within. Focus on now and what you're doing at the moment, and then beat the crap out of all the bad bugbears. That's my plan.
Well, it was nice to like punch Clark in the face with my hammer.
He was pretty
Yeah.
mean.
And he was a really bad DJ.
Thank you.
Oh, is that what he was doing? I thought he was
Uh,
just making a lot of noise.
Apparently, according to the goblins, he was a DJ. And I feel as though this is an insult to the skill of our illustrious Vitka and her musical prowess.
Speaking of, Vika, do you want this? Like,
What's this?
hands you this cube. It does this, pushes button, flashes light in face, and also this pushes other button, makes metronome noises.
It is like the ultimate Vitka fidget cube.
It's
You do
like
notice.
a cat with a small toy. She just starts batting it around on the cart as she walks.
Yeah, you do notice, actually, within the hands of a professional, you unlock a little bit of extra feature on it, where you're able to use it as a bit of a loop. And if you use this as a spellcasting focus, the damage dice of not cutting words, whatever the cantrip's called.
Vicious
because I can't
Mockery?
think
Vicious
of it.
Mockery.
Vicious Mockery goes up to a d6.
What?
Get that buff. Get it.
Yeah, oh no, it's yours. I'm handing it to you. You can put it on your character sheet.
You.
You get the magic fidget cube.
Yay, magic fidget cube.
Party box. Party box.
Sometimes the GM hands you what is truly a character gift, and you have to cherish those moments with everything you have in you.
It's a very unfortunate spell. I think it's very cool and very thematic. So it's a shame that it's D4.
Thank you so much. I think
That's
she
fine.
starts looping like random noises as they're walking back. And by the time we reach the edge of Phandelver, she has like a, yeah, she's built like this very silly little like simple beat like song, and just walking through the woods, heading back to Phandalin, hanging
Yeah.
out with all my buddies and my kin. Like it's just a really like
You
dumb.
know you're setting yourself up now.
Yeah,
That every time you cast Vicious
My name
Mockery.
is Witka, and I'm here to say
I love doing adventures in a major way. Yep.
So we basically established that Witka is going to be our improvisational rap bard.
Yes.
I'm just imagining that one character from what is it, like Samurai Champloo or whatever, the freestyle rapper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically a freestyle rapper bard. I'm here for it.
I will do my
Perfect.
best. I'm sorry in advance.
I'm so excited.
Hey, I said the exact same thing to you at one point, and you told me I did a great job. And so
You
I'm gonna
did do a
be
great job.
over here on the other side of it now, being like, "You got this."
Thank you.
All
Make
right.
sure you put
Holds
on
her
your
little
character
cube
sheet.
under her arm.
And you do, as I say, manage to get back to Phandelver in a pretty good time, and nothing interrupts you on that.
We shouldn't stay here too long, everyone. We've got a castle to go and deal with, and the longer we're hanging around in town, the longer Gundren is in the custody of our enemies.
Yeah, I can't imagine
Right.
it's one of those like nice cushy castles.
Doubtful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm imagining, moss and rotten boards and goblins.
Probably
Yeah.
some spikes.
But why
Um,
this place?
Why-
I don't know.
Would we
Like a
know-
dry moat.
Would we know the best place in town to return and/or sell these goods? Would it be the trade post, or would it be the provisions?
Yeah, they have the mark, as I say, of the Lion Shield
Blind shield.
company, which is here. So if you
Right.
returned it, you'd probably get the full value of the thing, because otherwise they have nothing. So it's
Cool.
probably
Let's
better
go
than selling.
to Lion Shield.
Yeah. So you would know the proprietress of Lion Shield. Her name is. Don't worry, I'll get there. Yeah, Lynn Greywind. She's a very business-oriented person. Kind of strict, but in the way you have to be with children who have wandered into your shop, which is not really even a shop; it's more of an outpost and bureaucratic sort of thing. So when you head on in, she is kind of confused as to what the purpose is. You go ahead and explain that you've got the rest of the stuff. Wide-eyed, she heads on outside and begins taking inventory. After a couple of minutes and seeing that most of the stuff is there, she'll turn to the group of you and thank you, and offer, indeed, as you perhaps expected, a reward for finding it. And she says that she's willing to give you 50 gold.
Ooh, a piece? That's so generous of you.
Mm,
Thank you. We begrudgingly, humbly accept. Thank you so much.
yeah,
That's
so-
10 gold each because we got to split with the cleric, right? Yeah.
Yes. That would be the plan.
Worth a try.
I
Yeah,
love
shoot your
it.
shot.
It was worth the try.
I don't think she's willing to go up that far in price.
Oh, so good
That
though.
would be
So good.
considerably more than the actual theft is worth, as I was saying before. Okay, so you get that done, and you're heading out.
Yeah, can we
Of the
just
small building.
presumably like trade in some of our coins and stuff to convert the silver and copper into something more carryable?
Yeah. So as you're heading out of there, kind of working out and planning how to liquidate that copper that you're carrying around, you
You could
stop
just melt it down.
in the
liquidate
street
it.
by a group of unsavory individuals, let's say.
Ooh.
They're clearly used to hanging out together because you see they're all wearing matching red leather jackets. Now, those of you that live there are aware that there's always been a spirit of rebelliousness in some of the youths of the town. But more recently, things have kind of taken a turn for the more sinister. So, seeing them and recognizing this group of red brand ruffians, you know that things are probably going to get ugly.
I'm
They've
ready
just
to
seen
go,
you go
babe.
in
Ready
and
to
get
go.
some money.
Oh
So
my
they
God.
stop you in the street.
Excuse me, we're trying to,
Hey. Now, you wouldn't be trying to do significant business within our town of Phandelver without giving us a cut, right?
Tink crosses arms. She's like, Tom, I have known you since you were 7.
And I've
I'm
known
not-
you since you were 6. And Pasha just steps up behind Tink, arms crossed.
Hey, it's not Tom, it's Bloody Dagger now, all right? And anyway, if we don't do this, then shut up, don't talk about that.
We watched you pick your nose and we know your mom. Shut up.
No, you see, and from the back, you notice that there is a bigger and definitely actually a lot more menacing and violent looking one who seems to be in charge of this small group. So, pretty sure you don't know me, and you're not going to want to get to know me because I'm not a very nice guy. And they're going to do what I say, and so are you. So, you're going to pay up.
No.
Dave, I would like to roll initiative on this man.
You want to roll initiative on this man?
Yeah.
Ready to start the fight.
Yeah.
Just do it, yeah.
Okay. Let's have a
They're gonna learn what it is to try and intimidate adventurers.
Wicca's looking down at herself like, we are actively covered in goblin blood, right?
like,
Like, I still am covered in, like, steaming humanoid blood, but, like, for sure, go off.
All right. So here we
Oh my
go.
God, sorry, I
We've
just
moved
saw
on
what you...
over to the encounter stage.
oh, I love this.
This is so cute!
And yeah, let's get some initiatives going.
All right, hang on.
This is the literal best.
Oh my
sorry.
gosh, a roll!
Give me one
no,
second,
you-
I forgot to clear the turn list.
No, clear it again, because I don't know why that rolled with advantage.
Okay. Yes, if you could.
Oh no, it didn't roll with advantage. Wait, no, I want
could
that
do it again.
initiative.
Just roll
No,
again,
no,
and
no.
then you can change
Roll
your
again,
number.
it'll be fine. Yeah, take the highest one. I don't know.
No, it wasn't with advantage. I just actually rolled well for once.
No. If you roll again, it'll put you on the turn order, and then you can modify the number to the previous one.
Okay.
It's just the
I was
easiest
like,
way
please,
to
can we not waste the one
It
time
is-
in my life?
It is entirely required based on this
Not
encounter
like I
screen.
rolled any better on this.
Dave, I was gonna do
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ba-na, ba-na-na.
All right.
Okay, you
let's-
realize now that we're required when someone gets down to like 1 hit point, we have to go bang on, bang on, bang on, bang on, bang on. I like the
Absolutely.
the warning noise. Can you
So-
change Witka's initiative number, Dave, to 21?
21.
Oh, 21.
That's what
Yeah,
she rolled
absolutely.
initially.
Because,
So
of
you
course,
can
the
go
second
first.
time it was a natural one. Please.
Swings and roundabouts.
I'm so sorry.
I loved it. So Roll20 posted their like dice because you can like watch the dice page, and I was like, I wanted to send that to you, and I've been like, oh, I didn't realize you've been rolling that many times, Abria. It's like several thousand.
Yeah.
It's like all those. That's just the Abria column.
Yep.
You're number 1.
So, looks like with that 21, Wicca is up first. Let me turn on my light.
Yeah, she's gonna walk forward towards what was the name of our biggest baddest boy?
He didn't.
Don't know his
Didn't
name,
say?
actually.
We don't know his name.
Yeah.
He's just
Okay.
a mean dude.
Yeah, this dude is from out of town, and he's joined, and he's the one escalating this in this particular.
I think I'm the one escalating this personally.
Actually,
That's
that's
fair.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, if I don't think it's a fight yet, I'm gonna hold my action.
Oh, it's a fight. No, it's definitely a fight. I'm gonna make it a fight.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna hit this dum-dum with dissonant whispers.
Okay. Please do. He's gonna make a wisdom save.
I rolled so well for that amount of damage. So sad.
And he fails. So this first guy
So he'll take.
Have you got
9
some particular
psychic
words for him, or just
Yeah, she's gonna go into like her like babysitter spiel. Like, I don't know who you are, but you seem to be a very bad influence on these nice boys from the neighborhood. So I'm gonna need you to back all the way up, little man.
Yeah,
I am
absolutely.
actively covered in goblin and bugbear blood. You really want to do this right now?
I don't think he does. I think you're right.
And like all the whispers, you want to do this right now. You want to do this right now.
Because I
was like,
my friend Karasu right here, and
backing music too.
As I refer to Karasu, I want to cast Bardic Inspiration on her. Like, my friend's gonna walk up and wreck your day. So,
yeah, absolutely. And with the force of your magic, yeah, he does. Turns for a second, looks at the others, kind of growls, and then he runs. He has to use his reaction to run 30 feet away.
That's right.
So it looks like that ringleader is just gonna. And the others look at each other and just kind of stop. Like, please don't. We're only doing it because he told us to.
No worries. All of your mothers.
And Karasu steps up and she's like, "No worries, just like." And she on my turn. I assume I'm next, so on my turn, I run past them to the other guy who's running away, and
absolutely.
And I beat him down.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes you gotta just like make an example out of this one guy.
Take his jacket.
Yes. Take his coat.
Sweet jacket.
So I'm gonna do unarmed strikes. Oop, I missed the first one probably with a 9.
Yes.
You have inspiration if you want to.
Oh, you're correct. I do have inspiration, but I'm gonna save it for this next one. Which I am going to use my key point, which I just acquired, to Flurry of Blows, which means I get 2 extra attacks. So we got this one at an 8, which is I'm gonna roll. Is it a D6?
Yeah.
For not anything. And then this one at a 7.
Yeah.
That I want to point out, in 6 rolls, you rolled 3 1s.
Yeah, it turns out that I'm really not good at fighting.
Wow.
Kids.
Fighting people who are running away like babies.
We have now rolled in this session 4 natural 1s.
That's okay.
Wow.
That's fine. I only rolled 3 times and didn't hit a single time. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what? You just got out of a dungeon full of robbers. It's been a day.
It's not so much that you're not, strong. Like, you can punch a man who is running away. Totally fine. But what you do see, as you punch him, something kind of weird is going on with him. And, like, your punches are partly going kind of through. And by the end of the 3rd one, you realize that wasn't really a person at all. It was some sort of illusion. Magic.
Oh, okay. All right. Karasu looks confused, like, what? Like, looking back at everybody, like, he should, like, perfect hits, but nothing happens.
Yeah, and the other 3 turn around as well, and they're like, what? Did you punch him out of existence? What just happened?
Yes. I'd like...
Okay. Well, thank you.
You guys really shouldn't be trying to steal people's stuff.
We don't want to. Like, some people came in recently, and they found our hideout. They're really scary dudes.
Yeah, the one in the woods?
And
it's not very secretive.
Yeah.
You should probably hide it better.
Secret.
Well, no, they wanted us to go, and they wanted us to cause a bunch of trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Well, we were just supposed to we were kind of a distraction from something else going on.
Give me those coats. You give them to me now.
No, look, you know we're good. We spent
No.
loads of gold on these coats. Come on.
No. Or Karate will punch you out of existence.
So they hand over begrudgingly their lovely red leather coats. And they say, yeah, since they moved in there, we've not been able to go past the first couple of rooms. They've shut everything and everyone else off. They brought in some bugbears and a goblin. And the new guy in charge, a nasty piece of work.
Wait, this is in your hideout?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Their hideout is definitely the same fortress we need to go to.
That'd be really convenient if it was true.
No, it's not a fortress.
Is it a castle?
No, just and turns and points. Up on the hill, as you are all aware, there used to be, before the orcs kind of... Sorry. As a bit of background, Phandelver was attacked and destroyed within the last 100 years by a large force of orcs. Because apparently hidden somewhere in this area, the dwarves and gnomes who used to live here had something, and were eventually kind of driven up to the mountains and driven out of the area. And a lot of old Phandelver was destroyed, including this area up on the hill, the Tresendar Manor. So while a lot of places have been rebuilt, the nobility of the place has, never made an attempt to come back and reclaim that. So as he points over, he says, there's this huge area underneath there, all in the hill. We thought it was just like a cellar at first, but we knocked through one of the walls. We were just kind of messing about, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. And then that guy turned up and taken some of the rooms further in.
What kind of stuff did you find? What's the name of the guy? And why don't you just hooligans? Hooligans.
It was fine. You both know, look at Tinker Pasha. It was only ever just messing about.
Yeah, sometimes you have a tendency to take it too far. And someday it's going to get somebody you care about hurt if you're not careful. There are so many other things that you could be doing in Phandalin that aren't going to end up getting you in trouble.
Really?
I mean, you're not an idiot. I mean, this was stupid, but you're not an idiot. You did pretty well when we were younger, and I feel like there are other ways you could be applying yourself.
I did always kind of like numbers.
I mean, there are probably
exchange.
plenty of people around here that need accountants or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we don't want life lessons from you lot. We can take care of ourselves, okay? Just...
Uh-huh, sure.
I think something bad's gonna happen if they keep like this. They keep getting people in from outside, and you saw that guy. He just wanted to go straight to violence.
Yeah. So
Something
this
bad's
person
gonna
that
happen
came
to
in,
Tony.
did he have a name? The one who brought in the bugbear and the goblins and
They
the other
called him
people?
the glass staff,
Glass
on account of
staff.
having a magic staff that's kind of see-through.
So, magical with a dumb name. Got it.
Yeah, I think he's some kind of wizard.
That sounds
They
about
found
right.
some magic labs under there.
Whoa.
I mean, we're not supposed to know that's there because we weren't supposed to go in that bit.
Sounds like you're just all around bad at listening to directions.
Look,
Oh.
shut up.
So what you're
No,
saying
you
is,
shut up.
So what you're saying is we should check this out, and that it might be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
This sounds like something for adventurers. Tink
Yes.
like stands up on something slightly tall.
And now that
Where
we're
did that
getting-
box come from?
we tried to tell the town master about it. He didn't seem to care. Maybe they're paying him or something. He was too scared.
That's
Dang.
interesting.
You all know that guy's kind of useless. He just likes
Well-
being a mayor. Well, he thinks he's a mayor. He's not. He's a...
Maybe
We'll
you
take
should run
care
for
of it.
town master. And then we could have someone useful in charge. But you might want to change that whole trying to shake people down for money thing first.
Well, no, you could just do that legally when you're the mayor.
Oh, gosh.
So we have a choice to make. Are we looking into this bandit problem here in Phandelver, or are we headed to the fortress to deal with?
I think we should get Gundren back first. The longer he's there, the more likely it is that more trouble is going to happen.
Yeah,
But
but I do think we
alternate-
should check out what's happening at the manor.
But
at some point.
alternately, yeah, if we leave, then something on a grander scale might happen here.
Maybe we could spread the word a little bit among people that we trust so that they can kind of keep an eye out so things don't get worse.
I feel like that's a good idea. There's a decent network of people here who like to run on the neighbor clause. I think if we tell the right people to keep an eye out, they can keep the worst of it from.
I mean, my parents are super nosy, and Little Yingle is like right next to the manor.
Yeah, and now that we've successfully at least brought back
true.
Gundren's associate, now we can actually go talk to your dads.
Oh, we could go talk to my dad's.
Very well. Whatever we're planning to do, we should move on.
So let's go tell your dads to keep an eye on things, and then let's go to the castle.
All
You
right.
go home.
So,
said
what I'm
Tom
going
and
to
friend.
ask for is if we start the break now, because all the prep is in the manor, and if you're going to go to the castle first, I'm going to have to work quickly.
Oh,
But that's fine.
we can go to the
Look,
manor.
Yeah, we can go to
instead.
the manor.
Here's what we do. We have a conversation with some people intending to go to the castle, but then we subvert that through the conversation that we should check out the manor first. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll do that.
easy to do.
Just build the sense of urgency for us, and then we can
No,
go to
it's
the
easy
manor.
to do.
Yeah, I was
And
going to try and
also-
do that as you spoke to people. But
And also, I want to be
100%.
collaborative about it. So if you're going to be open about the prep is there, then I want to be open about, okay, that's where we're going.
Yeah, let's do the prep.
I'm super.
Okay.
No one enjoys panic prep
appreciate
during
that.
a break.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
yeah, I painted myself into a bit of a corner.
Do we want to take our break now, and then we can talk about
We
it?
can break.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
I need to mentally steel
This
myself
is-
for talking to your dads about
mean-
getting you into trouble.
Collaborative storytelling is part of the game, so
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Don't subvert all the hard work your GM does, nerd.
no, it's not very fun.
Yeah,
Please don't.
you made that whole beautiful
Well, I
screen. It's so
appreciate
good.
that,
All right,
and that's what makes it good.
Break
We'll
time.
see you again in a little bit. Thank you very much for that, making it hard to keep a straight face coming back in. We can see from the face who that might have been. So, welcome back, everybody, for the second part of Lost Mine of Phandelver. Today,
We're gonna go to Little
episode
Yingle.
I love that it's called Little
Yeah,
Yingle.
the long-awaited, or what's the opposite of awaited? Dreaded?
Dreaded. Yeah. The
Seeing
oft
comparison.
foretold, very dreaded.
Yes, that's perfect.
Ominous music for the quaintest little area.
Yeah.
God, I
So-
don't think we thought about this, but I feel like Tink also has several other siblings, like older siblings, who have much more sensible career. They're not there. They're all like they've all left the home. They've all got very sensible careers.
Tink's from a family of like 8.
Yeah, like one of
they're
them
all older than Tink, and they're like
an
accountants
accountant.
or like or like
one of them joined the church.
Yeah.
Got doctors and clerics and
like a carpenter.
Yeah.
And like
we have a priest in the family now. Isn't that lovely?
Smith.
And then there's Tink, like, I want to be an adventurer.
Yeah,
you know what?
Since you're
the
baby,
youngest.
they've probably been
Like completely indulged you.
Oh, your dads are super like empty nesters, and they're like clinging extra tightly to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh no. Chat has realized Tink is Bo. 100%. That is like who Tink has now been modeled off of.
Yeah, that's what we realize when we're talking about backstory stuff.
I love when that happens because like when you're building something and then you realize that you were like inspired by this thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as is probably obvious from the map, we've added Little Yinkle. It's not a normal part of Phandelver if you've played it before. Yeah, so I wrote up a little bit of a description and some backstory for it, if we are interested in that. So box text.
Lay it on us.
All right. So, kind of like writing box text. Maybe it makes me think I'm one of those GMs who should start writing. But so
1, you should, and 2, box text is great. Sorry, go.
East of the town, bordering the woods south of the old rundown manor on the hill, there are a number of small stone thatch houses customized, made smaller, for the gnome inhabitants. There are signs of construction and improvements, with the community of Phandelver extending help and resources to their new neighbours. The previously mountain-dwelling gnomes have proved very adept miners, quarriers, and masons, and are happy to contribute their skill to the town's prosperity. They struck a somewhat strained but nonetheless positive relationship with the guildmaster of the Phandelver Miners Exchange, who you met before, Hannah Thornton. He's happy to buy gems and rare objects the gnomes seem so naturally gifted at finding. So yeah, just to bring it into the existing adventure a little bit more, because I always find that it's nice to incorporate some backstory stuff.
I love that it
Some
also
GMs who
combines
don't
like
focus.
stuff in Phandelver that totally makes sense because I have forest gnomes or mountain gnomes living next to a forest.
Forest and mountain gnomes, as we noticed. You're kind of part of both.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. When it tells me that I get to speak with small animals as a forest gnome, I'm gonna be a forest gnome.
Fair enough. We'll have to put some animals in at some point because I don't think they're okay anyway.
It's totally fine. There's always like rats in caves and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, because it's small animals, right? It's like
espionage.
squirrels and rats and mice and birds.
Yeah. So, a bit of trepidation as you're heading up to the front door of your house. Is everybody coming, or are others going back to the inn?
I will definitely join my best friend when they go to meet their dads. I would not. If I was not there, I'm pretty sure that would worry them more.
Yeah, that's right.
What happened to Pasha? Where are they?
I mean, I'm happy to be
I
there
think-
too.
Yeah, I think I'm probably there, but I'm detached from the whole scene in terms of like don't care. Just talk to these people and we'll figure out what we're doing.
Cross is so
Great.
cool.
So
Rasu
edgy,
is
so
just
detached.
way too cool for
way
school.
too cool.
I wish I was like that.
Someday.
So, do you have any particular? Oh,
I feel like Tink
Please.
knocks on the door.
yeah.
And then goes in. And it's smaller. It's like a gnome-sized home.
Yeah, it's probably difficult for.
It's like going into a hobbit hole.
everyone.
Like Gandalf in a hobbit. Like you can do it. It's just really cozy. And then she's like,
Yeah.
I'm home. Dads.
There's a few seconds of silence, and you hear a voice from the other room. Now, don't be too hard on her. You Yep. Okay. We've talked about this. Okay. Welcome home. And one of your dads pops out. So I had a bit of a think about going characters, and that's why we ended up deciding that she's sort of like one. And being gnomes, we decided. I don't know why I'm talking out of character.
That's fine.
I'm mumbling. So, where have you been?
Well, okay, so we went all the way to Neverwinter, and we got the cart, and we were taking the cart, and then on the way back, oh, Karasu, this is Karasu, so Karasu is really cool, and she's joined us as also hired by Gundren Rockseeker, but then when we got halfway through, and she just, like, tells the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here. And we heard a really scary rumor.
Didn't think that even a note was going to be necessary.
Well, here's you don't have a sending stone or anything, so like it would have gotten here at the same time as me.
Look, Dirk is very upset. He's going to stay in the other room while we talk about this.
Okay, look, I'm 18. I don't have to write you every time I'm going somewhere.
You forgot to tell them you were leaving, Tink?
No, I did. Did I not tell you that I was going to Neverwinter?
No, I think you forgot.
Oh.
Tink.
I thought I left him a note.
We were just very worried. Glad to see that you're okay. I'm sure when he comes around, Dirk will be fine with it as well.
How did you find out that she left? Was it... Did you decide if it was a mom or a dad that Asha has at home?
Yeah, I thought if it was okay, I would have you have been adopted by the lady who runs the farm nearby, just because it was, next door, and you decided that you wanted to be
no problem
childhood friends.
Sure.
Yeah,
did you find out from my mom?
No, it's a small town, and when my daughter and her best friend are buying adventuring supplies from one of the only stores in town, can't go back.
I told Barthen not to say anything. I'm
Tink.
sorry.
Actually, maybe it's for the best. You're taking an interest in things outside of town.
Uh-huh.
Well, things haven't been great the last couple of days.
Yeah, we heard something about that. We were going to come and talk to you about that, which is why I'm here now. I was definitely going to come anyway, though, because it's a respectful thing to do, and I love you both.
Yes. Well,
I feel like Woodka keeps, wanting to, throttle Tank.
She's just behind you, okay, ooh, okay.
yes. I think that might be what is contributing to your father's frustration.
Mm-hmm. It's about the manor.
And the others seem to have fallen in with a bad crowd.
Oh, we took care of that.
Just lift the 3 jackets, or however many jackets I got.
At least the Red Brand gang we took care of, but they told us some ish was going down.
I think you should probably, now that you're back, now that you have these capable... Is that you? Wait, oh, sorry, I couldn't quite see you through the doorway. It's been a while. Yes, now that you with some capable friends. Gerta has been looking for somebody, actually, to go and investigate that. Because, they would never a gang per se. They were just messing around. They were just... I was about to say boys being boys, and...
That's not an okay statement, and we've talked about
that's
it.
Not. No, it wouldn't. It's just been very stressful here while you've been away. It seems like something's going on here that we're not really equipped to deal with. It's been fine most of the time when Darren's, kept most of trouble away from the town, being a retired adventurer himself, but he went away to Neverwinter for a while, and that's when these new people seem to have moved in.
So you think we should check this out first?
Well, if it's really bad, I don't want anyone here to get hurt. And also, I definitely kind of abandoned everyone earlier, so I should probably... It sounds like a job for adventurers!
Or, people who just are from this town and have the ability to do something about the bad stuff that's happening here.
That too.
Yes, this was a lot of what our argument was about.
And if the town's overrun by bandits or... Sorry.
No, you're quite right. Dirk had decided he was going to do something himself, and we decided that wasn't a very good idea. So yes, perhaps you and your friends should go and take a look into it. I'm sure the rest of the town would appreciate it as well.
Of course. We're more than happy to. I have a question, though.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
Wouldn't happen to have any cookies, would you?
Pasha's kept me alive, super well. They deserve...
No, it's fine. Why don't you all come in for a little bit and sit down, and we'll calm down a little bit, and we'll tell you what we know. Because, we've been talking to everybody in the town, and we can share the information.
Karasu has never had your cookies before. We told her they're really good.
I wouldn't say really.
No, they are very good.
Stop it.
Also, I just want to say that was a very nice job of both expressing your concerns for your daughter's safety as well as accepting her self-actualization path.
Is Witka secretly their therapist? Family therapist?
I think they I don't know. I feel like Witka, with all of her litter sitting, usually comes with parent conversations. Yeah, of just here's what I'm seeing, and here's how to be a supportive parent.
Rusty's just awkwardly sitting in a comfortable living room, okay.
Yeah, everything's slightly awkwardly small.
Knees bent up a little bit.
Do you need any help in the kitchen? I can make tea for everyone.
No, that's quite all right. You've been through a lot, presumably.
It's been a weird couple of days.
Got some in your fur.
Yeah.
Hope that's not blood, but...
Nope, definitely isn't.
I'm gonna go really fast outside to the water bucket and just...
Probably can fix that before you see coming. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So we take our short rest.
Yeah, Pasha goes out to spruce up, look, presentable for their best friend's parents, and then, goes back inside and keeps Karasu company very quietly. Because they've figured out that that's the way Karasu likes to be kept company.
Yeah, Karasu's just going through the supplies that she has in the Dungeoneer's kit for the upcoming adventure.
Speaking of,
who wants to decide you had the hip flask?
Yeah.
Liberally
Definitely got the hip flask.
Who wants to carry the healing potions? Because we have 2 of them.
That's a great.
I'm likely to be at the front of everything, which means that I'm likely to be down if I need one. Which means having it is probably not.
And
I'll be smarter about hanging back.
Yeah.
I'll
hold
that
the stuff.
You want to hold the stuff?
Oh, were you gonna proffer?
I was gonna offer mostly because I hopefully would be up longer than anybody on the because I have a much. So if I can baby bird.
Yeah, and Vidko hold the other, and then I'll have the healer's kit.
Okay, that sounds good.
Cool. So each of you.
So I basically run back up for Karasu in case Karasu goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's like a moment of like awkwardness as she's going through her stuff, like one-handedly. You know what I mean? Like just trying to like put everything back, take everything out, and look it all over without like the convenience of using both hands to do it. But she doesn't like say anything or like seemingly care that much about it. It's just like the process is a little longer and a little more, annoyingly belabored.
You've been in some awkward situations with other party members before. This might be the first one with such a young party member. It's awkward in its own way.
Well, and I think that's part of her attitude, right? Like I'm trying, I don't know if this is coming across, but definitely the way I'm trying to do it is like she's used to going up against like dragons and stuff. And this is like, okay, we got to deal with this manor full of bandits, like small potatoes levels of stuff going on, if you know what I mean. She's been, re-level 1'd again. So.
Yeah, she was in an earlier edition and has been level drained.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 3.5 level drain for sure.
So Tasha's with Karasu, kind of silently watching her go through her inventory, and like for a moment she seems like she's sort of, in her own head while she's doing it. So Pasha just sort of like doesn't really say anything, but every now and then if they see or notice something out of Karasu's reach, they might like
push it over,
hand it to her or push it over.
I think there's a moment probably about like 3/4 of the way through while she's packing things back up. She looks over, or she doesn't look over while she's still putting things away. She just says like, "It's important, you know where everything is, because if you need it, you need to be able to get it in seconds. You can't be messing around with this stuff, and you're not going to have a chance to organize your bag when bandits are shooting, arrows at you. I suggest you do it now if you feel like you need to." Like trying to do like the adventurer mentoring.
Yeah.
A little bit, though it's like very clinical.
That seems like a smart idea. I usually just kind of wear everything strapped to my body with different belts and knots and stuff like that. And Tink made me this, and like they hold up like kind of a satchel that like obviously like a little bit like a fanny pack kind of a deal, that just kind of belts around their waist. I know what that is for you.
No, I was just imagining and thinking about the fact that it would actually be useful for adventurers.
Yeah.
But nobody's willing to do something and have something over the crotch area, which they need to dig into because they're taking themselves seriously.
That Tink, on her character art, will have a fanny pack, but she wears it slightly jauntily off to the side.
Yeah, you gotta wear it on the hip. Yeah,
that's what Pasha does. I think they have matching ones that Tink made, and
they've got like
sized.
If it could exist in this universe, they'd have like a clear front pocket with like they would be like eat a bag fanny packs with like pins and stuff.
I think Karasu's response to that is very much like, well, you'll find what works for you. If that works, wonderful. Like you don't know anything about adventuring, but sure, whatever. Kind of.
Pasha kind of pulls the fanny pack from around the waist to sort of set it down, opens it, and like looks inside and says, "Not very much in here. I guess that changes as you get more experience."
You want to keep it light if you can. The more useless junk you have, the less easy it'll be to get to the things you actually need.
What do you think you would consider useless?
That depends on what you do or how whatever it is that you're doing for the group. For instance, if you don't if you aren't good at healing, don't carry bandages. You know, like.
I guess that makes sense. Though I did get this healing potion to carry just in case you bite the dust. That said, you're like one of the fastest fighters I've ever seen. Like you do. I saw what you did to the ringleader, even though you. It was really cool. I'd never seen somebody be able to punch somebody that many times in such a short period.
Karasu just like huffs a little bit and goes, "Used to be faster. Got a Gorgon in a headlock before she could even look at me once."
That's cool. You fought a Gorgon?
Tink's
One
just
of the-
like,
One of the rougher fights. Yeah.
I guess all of this must be kind of boring for you.
No, it's different. It's all changed since I was your age, hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, I sometimes forget about that whole elves living for basically ever thing. I'm not sure how long bugbears live.
80 years, maximum.
Next year is going to be the year I finally become an adult. And I don't exactly know if adventuring is what I want to do with the rest of my life.
Becoming an adult is arbitrary. It's not this year, it's not next year, it's not several years from now. It's whenever you feel like you're there.
Oh no. Okay.
You never do. Like in real life. Making up as we go along. Yeah.
Karasu
So
with the
she
deep thoughts.
finishes like putting away her stuff, like closes up her bag and like, you know, slings her spear over her shoulder a little bit as she stands up and goes like, "Are we ready? What are we waiting for?"
Yeah.
Cookies.
Ding! And like the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll pop through that, and there's kind of a conversation about what the town has been talking about. You would both know, being from here, as I alluded to, Darren Edemuth, who lives on the opposite side of town, is a retired adventurer, and he tends to be most of the militia by himself. But since he's not here, they've not really known what to do, and it seemed as if the town master, who is normally just kind of benevolently ineffective, has actually been blocking the attempts to hire people in. That being said, Halia was trying to get some mercenaries herself, and seems to be kind of personally invested in getting rid of, maybe she knows who this glass stuff is. So they would suggest that she's the person that you go and talk to before you get started, because yeah, she seems to have taken the most initiative out of all of them.
And Halia's from the miners.
She runs the
Exchange.
Miners Exchange.
Okay, we could talk to Halia. Do we also care at all about talking to the town master? We should.
He's a jerk. I don't like him.
Yeah, but we could figure out why he's so much of a jerk. And maybe through the power of threats of physical violence, convince him to be better in the future going forward.
Let's talk to Halia first, and then maybe.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
As a
once you've all
point
finished
of
chatting, please.
inventory management, presumably, can I have converted all of this copper and silver into gold pieces?
Yeah,
At
absolutely.
like Barthens. In which case, assuming we also gave a cut to the cleric and sent her upon her merry way, everyone gets 3 gold pieces and 3 silver pieces.
Nice.
Yeah, on top of the 10 that you got as the main reward.
Yeah, so 13 gold total, 3 silver.
Fortunately, not really enough to do much with. It's level 1 treasure. What are you gonna do?
It's a living.
I just like to do the bookkeeping.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, the
treasure.
3 silver was from the 15 that I found and then split up from all between us, right?
Yeah, it was from the because we also had it was copper and silver we found, and this is what it gets converted out to, thanks to.
Oh, so we get a three additional silver? Is that what you mean?
Yes, total.
Cool.
Okay, so once tea and cookies are done, they are very delicious. You make your way over to the Miners' Exchange, where you met Maylene last time. And heading inside, it's a rather opulent sort of office on the inside. It seems as if Halia is doing very well for herself out of the deal with the gnomes and the other mining ventures kind of in the area. But she's not busy enough to have a good reason to turn you away, so begrudgingly lets you into her office. I suppose this is about the red brands, isn't it?
Yes, undoubtedly.
Good. Good. We needed somebody to go and do something about that. Causing too much of a disturbance for my liking.
And the mayor is blocking you from hiring help?
Wester is afraid. Wester has always been useless. But that's a different story. You don't need to know about the politics of this small town. What I am willing to do, however, is put up a personal bounty on the head of this glass staff. As long as you bring me any correspondence or other useful documents that we may have had. That's my condition.
You want to know their connection to the outside?
I do.
How much is the bounty?
100 gold.
Not bad.
Okay.
I should think no.
I think that's amenable. We can try, very least.
They've probably got some other stuff as well. Apparently this glass stuff is a wizard. The staff itself is presumably magical.
I've always wanted a staff.
If there's one thing that I know about wizards, it's though they may be annoyingly powerful, they are usually exceedingly fragile.
Well, I'm glad that you believe this will be a simple task. Now,
Simple, we'll see, but I think we can get it done.
right. Well, I'm a very busy lady, if you wouldn't mind.
By all
Thank
means,
you for your time.
we'll be back with the correspondence.
All right. Yes.
Turn and leave. No reason to hang out after that.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a bonus. She is willing to pay you for that.
Nice.
All that's left now is to, well, unless there's any other preparations you want to make, head up there and see what you can see. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, I don't think
that
we
is
need to
pretty
talk
much
to
the plan.
Yeah.
Scaredy mare.
Scaredy Mare seems useless.
Yeah, you would know being in the town. He had some connections kind of when the rebuilding of the town started and has just sort of stayed there as a relic of the bureaucracy that helped get everything moving.
Ugh.
He kind of means relatively well, but he's just kind of useless. So, heading up to the manor, the path is still fairly obvious. It's not very far away, so you're not likely to get lost. You have a mostly ruined building. While a lot of the front wall is still standing, and there is a space for a door, you know that there's not much likely to be above ground level. So what you're probably looking for is an entrance to a cellar or a basement or a trapdoor or something along those lines. And it doesn't take you very long to find one, in fact.
You guys want to wear? I still have the jackets. I forgot to put them down at any point.
We only have 3 of them though, don't we?
Yeah, but
I'm small. I can hide.
I mean, it'll fit you. I think both of you. Pasha, I'm sorry. You're very, very big.
It's okay. I don't need one.
The jackets are only human size. The 7'9" Pashas.
Yeah. I have wings, so I also don't think I'm just gonna gently drape this over my shoulder.
I think the time for costuming is past.
Well,
Half
But
of
it's
us
a kinda
can't
cool
even wear
jacket.
them.
I'm
I
just
think-
saying, if it's a heartbeat of confusion, that might be the difference between.
I'll put one on. Sure.
Oh,
I mean, I
there's no
could,
fog
I
of war
could,
on this. Don't
paint-
look for a second.
I could
Oh,
paint
don't worry. I couldn't
my
see anything anyway.
Oh, can you not see anything?
my fur red if you wanted.
Oh, I don't think you have to do all of that, but I
Yeah,
appreciate.
you already did such a good job cleaning all the blood off.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, and Tink, stop mentioning killing and bodies and blood
But
in front
it's
of your dads.
oh yeah, they have gentle sensibilities.
They do.
If Tink is planning to be an adventurer full time, I think it best they get desensitized, don't you?
I mean, I think it's nice to understand the emotional needs of the people around you. And maybe you don't have to tell your dads who are just gonna worry.
The profession comes with a lot of romantic sensibilities, but 90% of the job is killing things.
Okay, I understand
Oh.
that. You understand that. And in their hearts, they understand that. They just don't want to hear it.
Fair enough.
Sometimes parents don't want their illusions shattered.
Yeah.
It's true.
Tink is
Okay.
like the 8th. And
I have a lot of siblings, and they all do very boring jobs.
Really, all of them?
Yeah, there's an accountant, there's a blacksmith,
Carpenter.
there's a tailor, there's a tinker, there's a soldier.
One of them's a spy. That's interesting.
You find a trap
They
door.
do only book
Okay.
work, though.
We find a trapdoor.
I just want to check. You should all be now at the bottom.
I see nothing, Dave.
I see nothing.
I see nothing.
I
Black.
can see a red circle.
Don't see your characters down at the bottom.
Nope.
No.
I'll see you pinging, though, where our characters are theoretically
Okay,
supposed to be.
fantastic.
I mean, I'm the one I'm pinging.
Well, yeah. Beep, boom, boom, boom.
Do-do-do.
Beep,
It's
boop.
like sonar. It's
It
like
really is. Boop, boop.
So what viewers will quickly realize is, despite having used Roll20 a lot as a player, I'm still getting used to the GMing side of things.
and you're doing a fantastic freaking job.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
And we'll vamp doing silly things.
Dave, did you bump your volume at all?
I did.
Okay.
Am I still quiet?
You're.
I'll try
little
and talk
better.
louder.
That's, I think, the main thing you needed.
I think that's mainly the thing, yeah.
He's coming
Okay.
through.
Yeah.
That
Really
should be
for
better.
me.
Hey,
There
I
we
see.
are.
What it is for if people are playing it themselves, while the map and stuff is all set up, it isn't.
Oh, it's still just a black square for me.
Oh.
Oh wait, never mind. I see it.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay. Great.
You have to turn on the dynamic lighting. While it's all set up, the page setting isn't ticked.
Yes, I have got it. By Jove, they've got it.
So
Okay.
you do find this trapdoor and a small set of stairs leading down, and find yourself in a few moments in an area that opens up underneath. The walls in this area would suggest that it was built here rather than a natural formation. And when you begin to see the barrels to the sides in the corners of the room, it's most likely this was some sort of storeroom or cellar, though it does still seem in fairly nice condition, not having been open to the elements, like the house itself above. The main features of the room are a set of twin stairs that lead up into slightly raised areas that look like they may have been a second layer of shelving or something else that has since been moved out of the way. And this large pool, which still has water running into it, presumably from a pipe or something above ground, that you see in front of you. It seems to be quite deep.
So where did we come in?
You came in behind Whitcup. There is a
Oh, I can't see. Yeah, I see it now. I didn't. Cool.
Yeah, so that's where you came in from.
Your token was crowding out the doorway.
Yeah, there are 2 doors in here. One of them is on the lower level of one of these raised alcoves, which is kind of obviously there, and one is in the wall next to the pool of water.
I turn to Tink, and I say,
Tink clips out of the building.
and I say, I turn to Tink. She just burst through a wall.
She's trying to speed run.
Anyway, out of bounds. So I turn to Tink and I say, so which door? As if like offering her the choice of door.
Oh, it's so nice of you. But also, Tink will press her ear to each of the doors, to both of them. I guess I'll start with the one that I'm next to first. And I will give a little perception check just to see if I hear anything on the other side of the door.
Yeah, please do.
Like, and also just kind of like look around to like, do any of these doors look like they've been opened or closed more recently? Like, is there less dust, more dust on the floor, footprints, or anything like that?
Yeah, let's see what you can discern.
Oh, I thought for a second that 7 was mine. I get an 11. Could be better.
Yeah, so listening behind the door that you are next to, it doesn't seem to be anything going on over there. And as you begin to look around the room, you do see signs that this area has been used, however.
Okay.
Where you might expect a significant amount of dirt and dust, it seems to have been at least marginally cleaned by whoever's still using it now. When you get to the second door, you hear a very quiet whispering from inside. Yeah. Wait until they go through the other door, then we'll come out. All right?
So Tink
I'm not gonna open it. Come on.
Tink turns to the group, points to the door that she was listening at, and is like, people, and like mouths, and then like points at the other one. She's like, there wasn't anyone. And then she makes a series of gestures, which is like open door, lift crossbow, pachoo pachoo. And then she steps behind Pasha.
The thumbs up, but like the get back as well.
Yeah, and like clears space for Pasha to open the door. She's like, eh?
Okay. I've boosted my mic as loud as it goes, so any more is just me being incredibly quiet.
That's okay. You are a very soft-spoken person, so we're just going to keep encouraging you to own your space and take up sound space volume.
Oh. Would it be possible to move that? Yes. Yeah, hopefully you can see that a little bit then. So, kicking in the door.
Yeah, Pasha, how are you opening this door?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, kick
Absolutely.
it open.
All right. So, let me just delete the door off the thing. As Pasha can already see, there are 3 individuals in here in what looks to be a little bit of a bunk room or barracks. And as surprised as they are, they were ready for people to come in. So, once
Do you want some cookies?
Pasha scouts.
And then one like brings up a crossbow. Is that a secret password? Do we have a password?
Is that a password?
No, this is the password.
Yeah.
All right, initiative, I guess.
Yes, please.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know when it became a thing that I could no longer roll initiative without making that sound.
Making the air horn sound?
Yeah.
Feels like a good life choice. I'm into it.
Why are all of these thugs just the same elf?
They're all
weird,
one
huh?
elf.
14.
It's
Not
like
terrible.
in video games, they've got like 2 or 3 copy pasted bad guys, and you're just like, I swear I killed blonde scarf wearing guy like 3 seconds ago. What about brown haired lanky looking fella?
It's supposed to
There's like 2 of them
resemble the
It's a
Fugue
glitch
of
in the
War where they
Matrix,
all
okay,
blend
it's fine.
together.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's because of the red jackets. You can't differentiate.
No,
them
yeah,
past
the red
jackets.
jacket.
Your eyes are
That's
just
what did it.
focused
Just
in.
the perfect disguise. You become completely indistinguishable from the other person.
Yep.
All right. So it looks like the first one to react is this ruffian closest to the door. Asha, as you come in, he steps out into the way, brandishing a short sword.
Bring it.
Yeah, and you do notice again, these aren't, like Tom and his friends. These are thugs that have come from somewhere and co-opted this game. This guy's got like an eye patch and scut nose. But yeah. All right. First attack is an 8, so that's not going to hit. Second attack is a 23.
Yeah, the second one will hit.
Yeah, so Pasha, you will take 7 piercing damage, as is deadly looking short sword manages to square a gash across you.
Ugh.
Witka, you're up next.
Yeah. She's gonna in her no, we can't keep. I just need all of you bad boys to just go to sleep. And we're gonna try sleep one more time and see how that feels.
Absolutely. Yeah, roll and see how many people you can get.
Yeah.
Not how much hit points. How many? Whatever.
All right. You take out 33 hit
points.
points. Is that enough to down anybody?
That is a lot of hit points.
Yep. It's enough to down 1. Would you like to decide which one? Or should I just pick it randomly?
Just pick it random. That's your call.
Okay. It's going to be this friend here. He was still in his bunk anyway and hadn't quite finished making it up.
He's just putting his
Falls asleep.
socks on. Putting his socks on after
Just
getting
lays
then-
back down again.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
It hit him because he was still so comfy. He's
Listen.
like, I could just.
listen. I've been that guy at LARP when something busts into your tent and you're like, oh shoot! You gotta pull your socks on real quick, like get your boots on, get ready to fight. You're like sword fighting from your bunk. Yeah, it's
Wow.
a mess.
Intense.
That's amazing.
Let me tell you, fighting off zombies from your bed is a mess.
Yeah, so you get the sense that one of the people inside has been affected and fallen back to sleep. Not quite as effective as maybe you were hoping. Is there anything else you want to do in your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach behind me and tap Tink on the shoulder. Oops, I think I just left. All right. And I just go, shoot them. Well, please, thank you. And bardic inspiration.
Perfect.
Okay, I wasn't planning on shooting them poorly.
Yeah, just extra
Extra good.
Be more
Extra good.
Potentially.
I believe in you.
Cool.
All right. Then it's Kurasu.
Okay, let's see
Yeah.
here.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze getting through the door.
I
But
mean, that's okay.
yeah, there's, I think, the potential with some, smooth moves and some acrobatics to maybe get yourself into the room.
Yeah, I might try and acrobatics my way into this square, Dave. Can I roll
Yeah.
something to get there?
Yeah, what I'll say is you can get in there if you succeed on this. If not, the one at the front will make an opportunity attack on you. Does that seem fair?
That's fine. Yeah,
Doors are a
Alright.
pain in the butt. So
I'm gonna use my inspiration from last game.
okay, let's say DC equal to his Dex 14.
Okay, 22.
Perfect. Yep. So you managed to.
She just does that sweet monk move where you like push your feet up the door frame, like one side, then the other, then hops over Pasha and over this guy into the square. Now I guess I punch things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spear out on the guy that I'm next to with Pasha.
Right, the guy in the doorway. Sure.
Yeah. 15?
15 is enough. Yep.
Yes, for the 7 damage.
7 damage first. Perfect.
And then I will.
I just realized I did some math wrong.
I've got two possible targets because two possible incomings because of the doorway and the guy on the corner there. But the sleeping guy is not too much of a threat. So we're just gonna try and alpha strike this guy with a flurry. For more unarmed hits. So 8, I think, is a miss. Yeah. And then 25 for 6 damage.
6 further damage. All right. Dude is understandably looking pretty rough at this point.
That's good.
Now,
I like that.
I do realize now I was looking at the wrong token's HP, so I have shortchanged you an asleep person. So the other one is in fact asleep before he gets his turn as well.
Thank you. She doesn't see it because she's not in the room. She has no idea how much she did.
Managed to do halving wrong.
I was trying to balance between do I want a flurry or do I want a perfect defense or whatever the dodge action skill.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to pop it in. Well, I should have said it slightly earlier. So you knew.
Doesn't matter.
All right, great. That seems like a good turn. And Tink.
I was given very clear and simple instructions. So Tink, I assume trying to shoot through Vidka and Pasha is gonna
probably
make it harder for me.
+2 to the AC.
Okay, so I'll go through Vidka. Pasha's still in the way. She's like, I got this. Scurries past Vidka and then raises up her crossbow and attempts to shoot at the one right in front of Pasha.
Okay.
Let's get an 18.
18 is definitely enough.
Very nice. I didn't Hunter's Mark.
It's fine.
The classic.
So ignore the first 4, so 10 points of damage.
I was going to say, even with the 4, you would have been enough. But if it's the 10, absolutely. Yep.
Just
with
the
crossbow
10.
bolt to the lower leg, presumably, because it's going to be hard to get around Pasha's upper body.
I'm just sort of taking whatever opening I can get. Pasha bolt comes between your legs, just gets the guy in the thigh.
Well, as has been proven twice now, sleep.
I really enjoy right now
chat's
levels. Disinformation campaign.
That's the end of the combat. Those two are out for a minute.
Pasha goes in and starts tying them up so that they can't follow us. And then
yes, tying people up, our maneuver for sleeping targets.
and then kind of looks around, because if you haven't noticed, Pasha is very loot motivated. The idea of being able to loot any kind of space at all is very, very appealing to them because they're big and they can. It's good exercise too. This is how they get their lifting in. So they're going in
the entire bunk beds with one hand underneath.
Yes, so they're going around and checking all of the barrels and boxes really quickly because they know we don't have a lot of time. So they're not trying to do a really detailed inventory. They're just curious about what's in here. And then they're also looking to Karasu, being like, so what do you think we do next?
There's no other way out of here than the other door. So.
There's nothing else in this room? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we could check the walls.
Yeah, taking a quick look around, not having enough time to do a proper search with the time limit of the spell, you see, as I mentioned before, this looks like kind of a bit of a bunk room. So all that really is in here are the beds and the equipment these guys have got on, including, if you did want a 4th jacket, it's there. Oh, And a
Not
fifth
not
and a
gonna
sixth, I
draft
suppose.
Gabbit. Gotta get like 8 more jackets so we can
Wait,
sew them
wait,
together and
we
make a
can-
Pasha jacket.
Witka's just gonna come out of here with like armfuls of leather jackets. Starts their own like leather storefront with just red leather jackets. It's
I'm
like,
gonna look like Eddie Murphy, and I think it's Raw in that just like a full red leather outfit. Like,
yeah.
Ooh.
That's
Actually,
it. That's
like the
that's a
main-
choice.
That's
As
deep.
a-
That's a deep cut right there.
but what I do want to do, Witka, as she's in there like finishing tying everyone up, is gonna whisper into their ears, just like, when you wake up, you're just consider making a better choice with your life. You seem very creative. Have you considered painting? Art is lovely. Teaching, super important.
Stars.
While
I don't want to go back to school.
while you're giving them the life advice, I looked at Pasha and I'm like, Pasha, do you think you could move a whole bunch of those barrels in front of that door so that they can't get out of that room
Easily.
when they wake up?
Yep.
Okay, well
Do.
once Wivka's done whatever it is she's doing, let's do that.
I'm a dream life coach.
So as soon as Witka is done, Pasha is going to push a bunch of these barrels in front of this door, so that they. Well, I kind of kicked the door in. I'm just going to stack stack them up so that they at least have to like knock it over before they can get out.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much. You wouldn't have destroyed the door in its entirety because
Pasha just reduces the door to splinters with like a massive...
Yeah!
you gotta make a strength check when you explode doors.
Speaking of which,
I mean, at the very least, if they make their way out, they'll make a lot of noise, so like we'll know that they're coming.
Right, exactly.
speaking of which, is the door that Tink is that locked?
Yeah, Tink has been listening at the door just in case anyone like heard something and was coming.
No, that door as before is still quite quiet in there, and you dealt with things so quickly and efficiently again. It's very unlikely that anyone would have heard anything happen.
We're good at murdering quickly. What?
What? I did tell you to do a murder.
You did. Like you're like,
As
do
she
a murder,
leaves-
but don't tell your dads you did a murder.
Yeah, that seems fine. Why? What's the problem?
So Tink steps to the side and like gestures for Pasha to take the lead.
All right.
If they want
Pasha is going to test the door really fast.
Yep, I don't believe it's locked or anything like that.
They're gonna slowly open it and kind of stick their head around the corner of the
Yeah.
door and like kind of get a quick peek inside.
So you see like a short corridor ahead of you opening up into another room. And yeah, the only thing you can really see from there is there's a bit of a fake pillar up against the wall on the other side.
It looks like it's clear. Pasha steps through the door and
Nice.
kind of wanders a little bit deeper into the room.
I'm right behind you in case there's needs for it.
And then they clear the way for everybody, make it inside.
What you
Do
see
you want to be in the very
is-
back?
What's that, sorry? Oh, just
Nope,
doing
sorry.
marching order stuff.
Yep.
That's fine.
What do we
Yeah.
see?
So what you see is a lit but otherwise pretty unremarkable little corridor. It has these fake pillars in that rich people like to put into stone rounds, apparently.
Ah, yeah,
I've noticed
columns.
this in many, but they're not load-bearing columns. They're fake columns.
They're
not
Corinthian, please.
They're Doric. Get all the way out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not even playing Theros.
I treasure you, Elf.
Anything seems strange or off about this hall, this corridor that we're in?
Your adventure sense is tingling.
Dangerous.
I have danger sense. Yes.
You do have danger sense. That's correct.
Asha tingles.
Yes, I have that danger sense.
I'm accidentally looking at the. Well, I'm not accidentally. Like I have to monitor the stream, so I get to see Dave's screen as well. Since.
Yeah. So, Pasha, as you're looking around, it's just a corridor. But Karasu, once you make it round the corner as well to look into the room, with your sharpened senses, you do actually notice something is off about it. It takes you a second, but you realize that some of the panels are slightly cleaner, and then you kind of follow that and you see the seams around this area that would indicate some sort of trap.
So I reach forward and I like halt Pasha with a little tap on their shoulder, or like grab their arm or what have you, just to stop them moving forward. And I point towards the floor in front where the trap is. Go, we should be careful. This place isn't entirely original. Some traps.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
So when you say the tiles, Dave, do you mean like the 4 in between these columns here?
Yes, in between that area. It doesn't quite go flush to the walls. There's a very thin ledge.
So you could like go along the
around.
edge.
Yeah, thin enough, however, that if you were going to try and walk on those, it would probably require
a check of some sort. Yeah.
Oh,
Jumping.
Jump.
With a running
It's
jump,
about 10 feet.
could I leap it? Yeah, it's 10 feet.
It depends on what your strength is. You can jump a distance equal to your strength score, generally.
Oh, 11 feet! Great!
I can jump 12 feet.
Is anybody negative strength mod?
Nope.
I probably it's your strength plus what now?
It's just your strength score is the number of feet you can jump without making a check.
13.
Oh, I can jump 17 feet.
Hey!
Very good.
So I think we just take a run and jump at it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
And there's a good distance between where you land and the door as well, so you're not likely to fall backwards into it. Now that
Yeah,
you've
so we
seen
just
it,
hop over to here, and then I clear to the door so there's space for other people to come across.
Yeah. You can all make it across fine.
Wee!
When you come up to the end of the corridor, you see a large set of double doors, and these look a lot more decorated than the ones you've seen in the previous rooms. There's a very faint kind of outline of where there was maybe some silver filigree and a pattern around this particular door, which has been chipped off with time. You can see like little bits of it left.
Somebody's been stealing the silver.
I mean, why would you leave silver on a door?
Yeah, this
That's
is like silly rich
underground.
people
That's
stuff.
fair. If I had adventuring time to like go back and carve all the gems out of stuff, like statues and whatever, obviously.
Yeah. With a concerted perception or investigation, you might be able to get a sense of what the pattern was before, but if it doesn't seem important.
I feel like Tink as like a mountain gnome just like offhanded is like, yeah, that's a classic 3 double knot twist.
I thought you were.
Contain
I thought you were a
multitudes.
forest gnome.
She
Tink.
is a forest gnome.
Wow,
Like a mountain forest gnome.
you're trying to get the traits of both, are you? I see how this is.
No, she's
Find you a
just
gnome
making
that
it
can
up.
be both. Find you a gnome that can do both.
Yeah.
I always forget I'm a forest gnome. It's from the mountains because I was like...
That's what I said to you last
Well, it's
session.
because they're
Like,
rock gnomes and forest gnomes. And she's a forest gnome from the mountains. Look, I made choices.
so what it in fact is
She's just making
just
shit
a
up.
big door.
Yeah, it's a really big door.
I nod over to Pasha on the like, we're gonna push this double door open at once. Okay. Shouldering it. 3, 2, 1, push!
And you push the doors open into
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh no. Not this. Oh no.
yeah.
Is that Pasha? What's in there? What's
I don't understand. What's wrong?
Oh.
This particular
What
room.
if there are bodies in those coffins?
Will be. Yeah, this particular room is clearly a family crypt. There are 3 large stone sarcophagi within the dusty crypt. And that doesn't make any sense based on the map. Alright, there are more of those false columns around the room as well.
Yeah.
And you see on this side of the door, there's a little bit more of that kind of silver filigree that they've not managed to get off over here. And there are 2 more exits, one up here and one up there.
If this is a family crypt, I don't think Pasha is going to mess with any of that. No, thank you. That's disrespectful. Though I am curious
murder and stealing is also disrespectful.
I'm curious about the names on the crypts, though.
Sure. Yeah, taking a look at one of them at random and then working out from the rest, it seems that they all have the surname Tresendar, which was the noble family that owned this before everything, kind of changed when the Orc Nation attacked. Sorry, just that. Yeah, maybe one's called, I don't know, Boric Tresendar, and then some other names as well, because I don't know, maybe they faded away with time. I don't want to come up with 3 random people's names.
That's absolutely okay.
I see their names are Smudge and Smudge and Smudge.
Yeah.
I love this family. Well. Boric and Smudge.
Yeah,
okay.
You do see as well, looking around, this particular door at the top is very strange looking. It has 2 kind of particular aspect to it, which set it apart once again from the other doors around the room. Now, I will be honest with you here, because I think this is kind of important. One of the things we talked about in the pre-session stuff. What is normally in this particular room is pretty gross, so I've changed it.
Cool.
Cool.
And what is there in place is, this strange door, which seems to have a long length of wire squiddled all across the top of it, and then a bronze plaque with some writing underneath.
What does the writing say, Dave? I must know.
Yeah.
What does it say?
You quickly notice that from a cursory glance that it seems to be a riddle. A long-winded and particularly pompous wizard seems to have decided that whatever is behind this door is worth answering a riddle for. However, very nicely of them, in case the players don't like riddles, there is in fact a skill check instead that you could do if you don't like riddle type puzzles.
I would like to hear the riddle, please.
I'm here for the riddle. I'm always here for a riddle.
All right. What I'm going to do then is there's a like a blank map as part of it, which I've renamed to the puzzle solving page, so you can draw out pictures if they help or anything like that.
Sweet.
So let me read this out for you. It's quite long, so please feel free to take notes as you go.
Got it. Is the answer the moon?
Not the moon this time.
Damn it.
So,
Fire. Human.
Okay, we gotta let Dave do the thing. I know I did
not a
the
single
joke.
word answer. In a dungeon, there are 4 goblins tied to chairs for disobeying me. For my amusement, I have placed upon their heads different hats. There are 2 blue hats and 2 red hats in total. One of the goblins was trying to chew through the ropes, so I put him in another room on his own. He is wearing a red hat. In the previous room, the other 3 goblins on their chairs are all facing in one direction. The goblin at the front cannot see the 2 goblins behind him, or the colour of his own hat. It is, however, blue. The goblin in the middle can only see the goblin at the front, but not his own hat or the one behind him. He's wearing a red hat. And the final goblin sees the other 2 in front of him with the blue and red hats. Now, to escape a terrible explosion-based demise, I've requested they are not to speak to each other, and the only word between them that they may utter is the colour of their own hat once they've worked out what it is. Only one goblin is allowed to say it. So, which goblin will be the one who, were they possessed of the incredible intellect and reasoning of a great wizard such as myself, is able to know with certainty his own hat's colour, such that they may all be spared the aforementioned explosion-based demise? If you solve this riddle, you may receive a secret in return. So,
This wizard's a jerk.
Okay, so
it's one
just
of
to
my
re-summarize,
favourite puzzles.
4 goblins.
Yeah.
The one in the red hat is in their own room, and are we assuming that means they're no longer able to communicate with everyone else?
They can't communicate at all. No, that's the
Okay,
situation.
so our goblin in the back has no idea what color their hat is, but they
But
can
it's
see a red
definitely
and a blue hat.
Yep.
So they see one of each. They have no idea what's in the other room, and thus
But they
don't
know
what
there's
their
2
own
of
is.
each.
Yeah. Okay.
and they don't know the color of their own.
Did they see the goblin that got taken away before that goblin was taken away? Okay.
They did not.
I feel like the one in the middle is probably.
Well, the one in the middle can't see behind him, right?
Yeah,
No.
and can't see their own hat. So the one in the back obviously has like the best view of everything, but there's still the potential for them to guess the wrong color for their own hat. I don't imagine.
You don't want to guess, otherwise you'll explode.
No.
Otherwise, you die. And the one in front just has no idea about anything.
No, he's just
Yeah, they're at the biggest disadvantage.
Can't see it.
But the one in the front the one in the front and the one in the middle know their own hat color?
No.
They don't.
No one knows their
Oh,
own hat
okay.
color.
No one knows.
The only person who can see the majority of the hats in the room is the one in the very back.
Yep. Okay.
But they don't know what the one in the other room is.
They have a
Yeah.
50-50 chance of getting their own. hat.
But if the one in the back can see both of the ones in front of them, they're not saying anything, then the one in the middle could know that theirs is different from the one in front of them because the one in the back would already have saved them if both the hats in front of them were the same.
Yeah, I mean
True.
that's true.
They're not allowed to speak. So
No. But that's the deduction, which is like if both were wearing the same color, then the one in the back would know they
would know they have
would
a red
know-
one or a blue one, depending on what they
Yeah.
saw in front of them. Yeah.
right? Because if you see 2 red ones, then you know the only 2 hats that are left are blue, so you must have a blue hat on. So presuming the one in the back is not saying anything, then the one in the middle knows that their hat must be a different color to the one in the front because the one in the back didn't say anything.
Because the
So
one in
they
the
would
back
know
is
their
not
hat is
saying
red.
anything to save them.
Mhm.
Nice.
I think
Elf.
I think that the middle person here is the
Yeah, it's got to be the middle guy.
Okay, so how do we say this in character?
I mean, you don't have to, but
No, I feel like this. I want to know.
I think that if this were you and me in this situation, and I was the person sitting in the back, I wouldn't say anything because I would know that there are two different colors in front of me, but not know what my own color is. And I feel like you're smart enough to realize that if I'm not saying anything, that means that there are two different colors at play.
Thank you. That's really nice of you. My brothers are always thought they were smarter than me. That's why. But yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Must be the middle goblin. She just yells it really loud.
Yeah. And the middle goblin says, not the color of the person in front of him.
Yeah. Middle goblin yells red.
Perfect. Well done, everybody. So the bronze plate lifts up, and a small scroll falls out.
Ooh, a scroll.
Yeah.
We got
And
stuff.
The scroll is a small map, and it seems to have an X on it, which is the universal language for there being treasure. Now, being from around here, you recognize from the shapes of the buildings, this map is showing a location in a town called Thunder Tree, which you know is nearby. Problem is, Thunder Tree is now a ruin. It didn't get rebuilt like Phandelver.
Oop.
So, as far as you're aware, rather than being a town in itself, it's a collection of burnt out and otherwise broken former town buildings. But still,
The treasure might still be
something-
there. You know.
Yeah.
I like treasure.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it's safe to say in this line of work, we all like treasure.
That'd be really
Yeah.
exciting.
But for some reason, I'm starting to think I am particularly motivated by the desire to accumulate things, and I'm a little bit concerned.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Okay,
make you a bad person.
You also care about everyone else here, so you're good.
that's true. I like making sure everybody gets some of the cool stuff that we find.
I
Absolutely.
think you're good.
Okay, thanks.
So that's what's there, and he still gives you the information you would have got there, but without slave pens.
Thanks.
Yeah, cool.
Yay!
I like it.
There is another door out of the room. Was not the one that you came in. Up on the northern wall, whether it's north or not. That's the one that is.
Are we just gonna push our way through this one too? Oh, you are muted.
I see no reason why not.
Yeah, I mean, we can
Unmuted.
listen.
Or do you want to take a quick listen?
Uh,
Might as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Tink goes up to the doorway and gives a little listen-y with her perception. A 19.
19.
Not bad.
You begin listening at the doorway. Doesn't seem to be anything in there. And then you hear a cough from behind you.
Did anyone else hear that?
We hear that?
Is it just
You're just gonna leave without opening these? Come on! Open it up!
What, the crypts?
the crypt talking? Did
Yeah, come
anyone
on.
else hear that?
Come on!
What? No, who is yelling? Stop it. Oh, that worked. We should go.
Are we supposed to open them?
I thought that
No,
was...
there's
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's just like a very silly skelly trying to get us to come out and play?
Spooky, scary.
Pasha's like really like, are we supposed to open them? Are there things inside that we want?
Let us out.
Us?
Yeah, okay.
Us.
Don't. I mean, do you feel
How
like punching things?
How grateful will you be if we let you out?
Oh.
Can't speak for the others, but I'll probably not try to kill you.
Probably?
That's not super convincing.
I don't know if we really need to move those very heavy stone openings that they clearly can't open on their own.
Yeah.
For probably.
Come on, you're adventurers, right? You wanna look inside a crypt? What do we got treasure in here?
Maybe.
Do you?
Do you have treasure?
Do you have treasure? Do you have
Yes.
treasure?
I would like to insight his yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I would also like to
Please do.
incite that. Yes, I
I rolled so low in the Arcana. I don't think
23
they're
days.
skeletons.
Do they have any treasure?
This one has treasure in there.
Okay.
At least it believes it has treasure in there.
This is one
Aw.
of those, their trash is, or our trash is their
Come on.
treasure.
Come on. I've been waiting for ages.
I turn to the others. like,
Pasha rolled to disbelieve, so Pasha is just pushing.
What are you?
Pasha's opening it.
Yeah, I rolled
Pasha.
a 9 on my insight, y'all. Okay.
Does it mean you did just do things?
Yes, it does. It means there's treasure in there, and Pasha wants it.
All right, fair enough.
All right. Well, okay. Now, the things I said before about you being motivated but in direct conflict with the group. Okay. And
The skeleton.
Yeah.
the skull pops off. Freedom! Oh, wait. Necromantic purpose kicking in. Kill the living. And we'll do that combat next session.
Yay!
You know what's a
That
good
skeleton's
dun-
like, I'm out of here. Must kill all humans.
Hey, they didn't
What's
want to
a
kill
good-
all humans.
What's a good dungeon crawl without some skeletons? What's
I love that. I love that they talk to us.
It's, you all knew what was happening
we
in
all
the
knew.
room.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's just like their
So I thought it might just
their
be
coffins
fun.
in here. No, I'm not touching those. Wait,
No.
I think having the skeleton convince us to open their sarcophagus is far more enjoyable than like them bursting out suddenly.
Yeah, right?
It's just-
I'm
that
glad
was
you think so.
a lot of fun.
We have that like Alexander Hamilton, like, I am the one that ruined my own day.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I
Here we
also
go.
appreciate the change that you made. That was a very silly but quite satisfying
It
riddle.
was very fun.
I'm glad, yeah. And thank you, all of you, for being amenable to swapping the plans ever so slightly to
Totally.
prioritize this area first.
Yeah, it's all good.
Got it all.
Yeah,
This, like I said, good wholesome dungeon crawls.
absolutely.
Just hope
Yeah,
there's
for
a mimic.
people watching, a quirk perhaps of the module itself is that those goblins do know the location to the dungeon in chapter 3. But that skips chapter 2.
Which means you'll be woefully underprepared to go.
Yeah. So I tried to put a little bit in, but it's a little bit tricky. That's just a heads up for anybody if they decide they want to run the adventures themselves. It's just a little quirk, I
And I
guess.
think,
of
like, this is a good example of how sometimes as a DM you have to telegraph and that like you can kind of like hint at it, and then sometimes you have to just be like, hey, we're running a module. This is what comes next in the module. Like,
Yeah.
how can we justify this for your character so that like you're prepared.
Quiddy just popped up in chat. Quiddy doesn't have a sword. We gotta fix that.
Oh,
No.
it's
We will
okay.
fix that.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Well, let
It's
them
all
know.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I had a lot of fun as well.
This is
Thank
so
you.
good.
for
You got to meet my
joining
dads.
me.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Let's-
much, Dave. You're lovely, and I have so much fun playing with you. And I have so much
Same.
playing with all of you.
Likewise. Yeah.
Same.
Why
Oh,
don't we
Thanks.
let the audience know where you can find more of your lovely selves when you're not on this particular stream? And because you're the most recent person to say a nice thing about me, Aki, why don't you start?
Hi, everybody. I'm Aki, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MixGenie in a Bottle. That's MXGINIINABOTTLE. I do lots of stuff all over the internet, but you can mostly find me role playing here and there and on my own channel on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, drinking tea and chatting about lots of different fun things. I'm really excited. This week on Thursday, we're doing my Aki Flicks and Tea episode, and we're talking Jurassic World 2, which I've not yet seen. So if you are into conversing about dinosaurs and drinking comforting warm beverages, join me at 2 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time for some of that.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Now, Abria, how about yourself? Where can we find you?
I'm Abria Iyengar. You can catch me on social media at Quiddy, Quiddie. I also stream all over the place. Catch me tomorrow over at Saving Throw Show for the season 3 finale of Pirates of Salt Bay. They're heading up against the big bad, and it's super exciting and scary. And depending on how they do, we'll know if there's a season 4. So that's great. On Friday, head over to twitch.tv/12sided stories to see episode 1 of my new campaign that I'm running in Hack the Planet called Heliotrope. It's going to be very, very cool and ambitious. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And on Saturday mornings, you can catch me over on It's Probably OK's Twitch channel playing Return to the Spider-Verse, where I play Miles Morales. And we're using Masks, the Powered by the Apocalypse game, as a system foundation. Other than that, Gen Con Online is coming up soon. And I'm going to be on several panels and several con games for that. So yeah, just watch socials and I'll let everyone know when everything's going to be, because I don't know.
It's not because I don't love you, Elf, but that's a perfect segue into Lauren's stuff, because I know she's working.
I am. Hi, I'm Random Tuesday. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet as Random Tuesday. Just follow my Twitter. The other place I am working on, I'll be doing the production for the Twitch component of Gen Con Online. So, event registration is open, and event submission is open, and event registration will be opening in like a week or so. So you can check out all of the really cool stuff that we'll have. It's gonna be a lot of fun because now all of our conventions are happening in our pajamas, which is like super great.
I mean, didn't they already kind of happen in our pajamas if you were like being real on the sly about it? Like wearing the most comfortable clothing that you could possibly get away with.
That was pretty true. Yeah. I tried not to because I was supposed to look professional.
Last time I was at PAX. It happened.
But that's me.
Thanks very much, Lauren. And Elf, where can people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter at distractedelf, where I am currently doing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. Also, I've been playing some Last of Us 2, and I have some very spicy takes about that, as I said at the beginning of this. So if you want to see my continual descent into madness as I play a game that I don't agree with, that'll be great. And that's about it right now. Some League of Legends sometimes. Come hang out. It's fun sometimes when I'm not mad.
Be in for a world of different emotions.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, like in there.
That's great.
I know, that sold me. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. How about you, Dave?
Well, first, in my capacity as streaming for Roll20, I would like to say thank you all so much for coming by and watching again. As you saw, we've tried to show off as much of the module of Lost Mine of Phandelver that you can buy on Roll20, and all this stuff is there for you. I mean, the bad Photoshop of a Pokemon battle screen, that one was me, but everything else is there for you, including the dynamic lighting in this particular room. You switch the switch on that I forgot to do beforehand. And yeah, it's made my life so much easier prepping. I only spent about 11 hours prepping for this 3-hour session. Would have been a lot longer if
I get it, Dave. I get it.
Yeah. And then for my personal stuff, the best place to follow me is on Twitter at Dave_the_human. And yeah, hopefully we will see you all at the same time next Monday. And if you can't wait for some more awesome stuff, the other Roll20 affiliated Indoor Recess crew has an awesome Oddity of Theros show on Tuesdays at 8 Pacific, which you should definitely check out because they are hilarious. All right. I think that's about it for us from now. So it's midnight for me. I go to bed.
Bye.
See you all next time.
Bye.